I missed the steam. I had a work text. I was out here work texting. I was like, it threw me off my loop. Oh my God, is chat showing up on screen again? It's been like a year. What the hell is this?
Oh, they're back.
Wow.
Oh.
I guess they fixed it.
Yeah, they're like in Galaxy's white wall too. I mean,
yes. That means it's time to make you miss out with your waifu, Cloudy. You're moving on up. There it is.
Works for me.
Nice.
And now
Look at the wife be down here with me. I'm cool with that. I'm
Yep.
cool with that. I'm cool hanging out with Red Lady.
Yep, Red Lady's there. I mean, I haven't seen Garl, so I don't know if she's there for this episode. I know that people on the Discord were. Oh, yeah, hit that hover arm.
Yeah. It's mirrored. I didn't know which album to bring up.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like I guess Streamlabs has fixed a lot of their nonsense that was going on. I guess ever since Streamlabs acquired Melon, they've been trying to get things working in there. But yes, we are here live to talk about what's been happening within the Toku community, predicting some shit that might be going on in the Toku community, as well as some other stuff that we'll get into in a little bit. But first things first, we got intros. Mark, how's that fucking cookie?
Dude, it's so good. It's literally, okay, so it's like a cookie mix that's like dark chocolate but fudge, right? Hear me out. Then there's strawberry jam mixed in with it because it's a chocolate-covered strawberry cookie. But then the frosting, strawberry and white chocolate fondant. And I'm like, worth the price. Worth the price of 6 cookies for $28. Tax out here, when I tip, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
No, I'll do that whenever I want to die on the toilet the next day.
I need a glass of milk with it, but like I'm so lactose intolerant after Madam Web that I can't
all the milk.
Can't even get a glass of milk for my cookie. I'm all milked
out. I'm still disappointed. You're gonna have to hook me up with some links because I was trying to find those red carpet pictures. Everything I saw was from the front. I was like, I ain't getting them from the back. What's going on? The only ones that I saw was like Dakota Johnson was like the only one that I saw. So
now there's I need to get back into the journalism so I can go to these.
Don't spoil Madam Web. I mean, anyone actually
listen? The trailer spoiled it. Sony released it, spoiled it.
Yeah,
like
so man.
If only we can convince them to put it back in theaters after it ends.
Yeah,
it went off like milk. That's how spoiled it is.
Yep.
Yeah, but before those.
Look, I'm sure it's good. I'm not ripping on movie because Whammon, but it just didn't do anything for me. That movie, like the suits look cool. The suits look cool, but I'm just I don't know.
Yeah, I heard the trailers is pretty much all the suit action you get for the most part.
Really, that's kind of disappointing.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I've pretty much at this point I was like, I'm not gonna watch it anyway. I'll go in for the full spoilers.
That's one of those print out your own movie ticket kind of things.
Yeah.
Let's go to Wikipedia and read like the last paragraph because they'll have the post-credit scenes.
It's funny, no one put anything in Wikipedia for it. I don't think anyone cares.
I don't think there was a post-credit scene.
You know, there was nothing, no mid-credit or post-credit scene.
Yeah, there was none.
They even officially announced it too that there wasn't going to be any.
There wasn't even like an end like Madam Web will return.
Nope.
No.
She will not return.
I don't even want to say what happens.
I mean, after firing her agent,
there's people in chat. I don't want to spoil it for people in chat.
Like chat's gonna actually watch it.
Yeah, dude, listen, it's like it's ass. Okay, like it's not better than Morbius. I don't care what anyone says. People are saying it's better. Morbius is better. No,
I've been hearing that Morbius is the better film.
No, Morbius is the better film, hands down. It's even got better actors in it.
What?
Yeah.
Milk.
I don't care about your spoiled milk.
They won't. It wasn't enough time.
All right.
Crashed on the tea.
Ash, how are you this fine morning?
I'm good. I've had my coffee. I've been watching TokuTonic. If some people didn't know, I've been really enjoying it. Lots of fun TokuTonic. Like, I don't know if I'm going to go buy the mech on like Bai or Mandaraki or something like that. But TokuTonic has been a lot of fun. But apart from that, just been busy with work and writing scripts and putting out content here and there.
Oh, finally, someone else is watching TokuTonic. Well, I just finished it, but still.
Not me.
It's good. It's actually pretty good.
Is that the one with the train that's like this?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've watched that episode.
So
Which one? It happens multiple times.
Edison Kelly already out here with $2. Want to know my Toku debt for 2024 so far? I don't know. Are you factoring this $2 into it?
because
Yeah, I was about to say, like, is this $2 part of it? You know what? Let's play a guessing game. Edison, don't say it until after we give our predictions. We're gonna guess how much you've already spent. It is February 16th. I'm gonna guess $326. All right, Mark, what you got? How much you think they spent so far?
$1, Bob.
$1.
Well, I thought we were doing like Price is Right style.
I guess. I mean,
if not, I'm gonna say $4.75.
Okay. All right.
The
Ash,
actress for Yellow, yes.
Me?
how much do you think?
400.
400. Ooh, right there in between our prices. All right, Cloudy. How much you think?
I was gonna think like around 435 because that's like a CSM plus a few things.
So I've got the lowest number. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Edison. You don't have to super chat it. Just tell us how much is your Toku debt thus far.
Super chat the amount.
Super chat the amount.
Super chat the amount so that you can add on to it and retroactively change it.
Yes, we just add another $2 to it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that I'm funny.
420, 60. Oh, 420,
No,
60.
that Mersley, that's what they're guessing.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
that was the first week of January for me.
Oh, there's Edison. Oh, Zio. Congrats.
Oh, 245.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, what was it?
Yeah, that's more.
Yeah, would you
get
get
related?
Was it one
Was it
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Was it
it's
multiple
Big
things?
Boom Joe.
CSM on Bai for $220 plus $25 shipping.
Anyway, Cloudy, what you got going on?
This bottle of wine.
Yes.
It's almost done.
For those of you unaware, Cloudy's finally making content, but got struck by the copyright gods on this video because of music.
Listen, it wasn't meant to be yet.
So look, a little bit of advice for folks out there that are trying to put background music into their videos and hopefully not get it struck down, because if you've noticed in some of my videos, I include like background tracks. Hell, my Imagination Belt review was like 90% like background audio going on in there. My secret is I just take a song that is like a background track with no vocals and just take anywhere from a 6 to 10 second loopable bit of it, meaning that I literally go through the file and extract the piece that once it ends, when it loops back, it kind of flows seamlessly into it. So for most people that know what the beat is, like you'll hear it, it's like it sounds a little off, but you'll know what the song is, the song that I'm trying to play. And it works. It doesn't get picked up by the copyright strike gods. So that's the secret for any of y'all that are trying to put in any background tracks in there. So you got to put in a little bit of work, but hey, if you're just trying to add that little bit of atmospheric shit to your videos, then there you go.
It's the secret sauce.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's okay, Cloudy. I got hit recently too, so I feel your pain. So I don't have my Giga video up. They hit it.
Damn. They hit the Giga?
Dang. They got the Giga.
Oh.
Yeah.
My secret is just use video game music, but just use like, I don't know, like older video game music that doesn't have a label on it, like SNES or something like that. Or
Don't you
PS1
dare use
music.
Nintendo music.
Use Mega Man 2.
No, don't use it. I wouldn't use
I've
Nintendo on my
used-
thumbnails.
I've used Nintendo music here and there. Like I've used Pokemon music here and there.
Seriously?
Oh, I'm surprised.
Don't let them know that.
Dang.
Don't say it out loud.
Ash.
They're always listening.
They gotta find what video is.
They're gonna. They're gonna send the ninjas.
I don't know. I remember when I put out my first ever video on this channel. It's not made public or anything like that anymore. It was like the Wii. I mean, not the Wii. The Switch day one unboxing when the Switch came out, like day one, and I put in like some background tracks from like just the piano keys from Breath of the Wild, struck by Nintendo almost instantly.
Dang.
Speaking of unboxing videos, Zio, that video of yours doing quite pretty well.
I was surprised. I was honestly surprised because I have not touched a toy review since like the Ultra Ring from Agito. So it's been like over a year since my last toy review. So I was like, you know what? Even though I said I was gonna do Gotchard week to week, honestly, the way that this last episode played out, I'm just like, I'm better off waiting until the next episode comes out, and then I'll just do a 3 for that review. So I was like, what else I got? And then since Mark was talking about doing a review for it, I'm like, I'm gonna beat you to the punch.
Since that time I saw your video, now I already thought of what I'm gonna do to one up you.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do it at Disney.
Oh yeah, that's right. You are going to Disney over the
Yes.
Are you gonna add that to your Toku then?
I'm going to show each one of the characters that are there that have a key, their henshin.
Okay.
And have them pose with me. Or I'm just gonna get one of those things where it's a pickle on a stick with a hot dog inside of the pickle, then they bread it. I might just get that instead, honestly.
I feel like the pickles.
You eating that while you're just getting grease all over your fucking.
No. I
drive.
would just eat that instead of even doing the video.
Oh,
Instead of doing the
eating
video,
that,
get
yeah.
pickles. Because that sounds appealing to me. A hot dog inside of a pickle. That's a corn dog.
That actually does sound pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. I know. They're only at Disney.
Weird.
But yeah, I guess
they're on a stick now too.
If anybody wants me to do some more toy reviews, I guess I'm open to doing it. I was legit filming all the little like bits and pieces of that belt for like 2 hours. I pulled out the DSLR, had the lighting going on. I had like my LED out here. I was just like, let me get that shine going on. Ooh, yes.
That was some good lighting.
You were prepared for like.
I was like,
right?
Yes, give me them.
He was
shots.
like, "Work it, girl. Work it for the camera."
You're like, no, bad.
I was being an all-star director. I was in there shooting a flick. I was like, get the lotion for this one.
I feel like we have fluffers for this.
Right, to clean a towel boy.
Yeah.
You do have.
I filmed the whole thing without pants. Like y'all don't even.
I assumed.
Probably.
You're like, who needs a tripod for the camera? So you do have a lot of stuff coming out though, like this year, especially CSM related stuff, like Fi stuff and this and that. So you have a lot of video potential.
Not only Fi's, but Blade.
I don't know if you're doing the Fi's Edge one, so I'm just like, oh man, that just right. The joke's just right itself.
I didn't buy the Fi's Edge. I didn't pre-order it. Like out of the pre-order log, because before going live, I decided to look at my pre-orders because I'm like, yeah, money is tight for me currently until something changes with my day job. So I'm just looking at the pre-orders that I currently have. I've not put any money down on anything new. So it's literally just the pre-orders that I have from last year, which is the Zillion Driver, which I should be getting tomorrow. The Garo Ken, which would be in March. Then we got the, I think the new Fi's Driver comes out September, I think.
Next Fi's?
Yeah.
Yes.
The next Fi's one, yeah, that's like end of August, early September.
And then the new SP license from Deca Ranger 20th comes out in November. And that's all I got. That's all I've got on my pre-order queue. I don't have anything else.
But I don't hear CSM for Chalice.
Nope.
Or CSG for his bow. I don't hear that. I didn't hear that.
No, exactly. Like I said,
no
if it's something new, I'm not putting money down on it.
But it's not new. It's just a CSM.
What would have to win you over to put money down on it?
More money. Like I said,
you have to physically give him money.
Yes, exactly.
You heard him. Get
I'm literally like right now, my job, like since I haven't gotten a pay raise since I started with this company, and everything's gone up in price. I'm legit now having to pull money out of all of my savings just to make ends meet. So I'm just like,
come on, guys, 50 super chats.
So it's just like, yeah, money's been a struggle the last couple of months, which is why I've said I'm not spending any more money than I have to. It's just the pre-orders I got. That's it.
You ready to cry really quick off topic? I did my filing. 9.
That's how much you owe?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, me? I was like, I'm taking this personal now. I was like, is it because I'm? I was like, is it because I'm Native American? Like, is this an indigenous person thing? Like,
This is like
you're
the
not gonna give me a
indigenous
break?
crisis.
Like,
Did you pull like it's over 9,000 the second you saw it?
If I
Would have
did,
been essential.
it was like it was super emo with like a tear, not like more like shock and more like sadness. But like,
Oh, you did the old
it's over
70s
9.
Native American teardrop at the
Even with like
trash
all
on the
the
ground?
tax breaks you get as like a married
Damn
couple.
white man from town got me. No, that's probably with the tax breaks.
Seriously? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Welcome
I mean,
to the
California.
Tax Tonic podcast.
Oh,
Yep. I mean, I'm still gonna owe state taxes is gonna offset some of the federal taxes that I'm gonna owe, but I'm still gonna owe like $750 again.
you wanna know what I owe? It's not too bad.
Jealous. How much, Cloudy?
Well, because
It's a bit 100,000.
I don't owe that much, Mark. You're
You're just trying to warn me.
I'm not trying to one up you. I do my taxes like anyone else. Plus, it's my job. Quite literally, it's my day job. It's 13.
See,
Oh.
told you trying to fucking one up me. I'm gonna make more money this year. Fuck you.
I'm not trying to one up you.
No, it's over.
Welcome to TokuTonic, where not only do we talk about Toku debt, but regular debt.
Toku taxes shit.
Just everything in there. Next thing you know, we're gonna have to talk about some stonks, like what we got going on.
Yo, guys, I sold.
I had a good
all my
segue into
Tesla.
the new stuff, but I was like, yeah.
I sold all Tesla. It's gone now.
No, so just
Well,
before
Stockman County.
getting into the superhero time of it all, we just to let people know what we're going to be discussing on tonight's live stream. So of course we got Gotchard, we got King-Ohger. The big thing is we got the quarter releases for King-Ohger and Gotchard. So we've seen how their toy sales, not tail sales, toy sales go. Sorry, you got me thinking Madam Web with them.
No
red
tail
carpet.
yet, Zio.
Understandable.
So it's just, yeah. So we got that going on. We also do have some new images because the official listings have gone up for the hot toys for Kamen Rider Black Sun. Something that we discussed back when it was first announced like 7 months ago, but now we got some more details. We see some pricing in there. There's one thing that I saw with Shadow Moon that I'm going to call out once we see it again, because it's not exactly show accurate. We also got some more information regarding Ride Commons with some more visuals to their transformations that I think for a lot of us left us more unhyped than hyped. I know, Cloudy, last week you were almost all in for the gotcha mechanic, but now the more you see of it, the more you're like, this ain't going to be good.
Well, I see like the actual sprites in his eyes.
But we'll get into it once we get into it. So,
all right, yeah, you're right. We'll get in there. We'll get there.
I'm still
gonna spend money, by the way. I'm still gonna spend money.
Okay, all right. I know that there was Amy Jo Johnson's comic came out, or at least some shit about it. I don't know. Mark, you mentioned it earlier, so I know that it's going to be stuff that he's going to be talking about, leaving me completely just dazed and confused.
All I did was watch an Ash video about it.
And then to close things off, of course, the BoonBoomger press conference is tomorrow, right after Superhero Time airs in Japan. I'll be live streaming that over on Twitch, but I will be asking the panel a 10 BoonBoomger questionnaire on predictions on what will happen.
Oh, is this like what we did last time?
Similar, yes, except we're not betting money on it, or betting fake money on it.
Darn. He doesn't want to bust out the cap again, that's why.
No, I just don't want to have to crunch all those numbers again. Like last time, I was like, no, I'm trying to make it easy for myself. I'm just gonna write down who said what and just see whether or not it's right or not. So,
is there enough 10 things to bet on, or?
I mean, it's 10. There's one that's like a over under type thing, and yeah, more or less it's pretty basic stuff, especially since we know so much about BoonBoomger in itself. So I was trying to think what they would reveal at a presser that we could put in our predictions on.
True.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So that's pretty much what's on the docket for tonight. So we got a lot of different things to go over. But first, we got Gotchard this week, which I saw some very sus thumbnails out there for this week's episode regarding a certain possession that happened.
Mark.
Watch it, guys. So, of course, this episode dealt with the Kemi of Zakumpire, who is the first Kemi we see is actually just played by a regular ass dude in cosplay, looking like a Genshin character, and in the process, definitely was sucking the life out of folks. In more ways than one, while also possessing several of our heroes and showcasing them off in different lighting perspectives. So yeah. It's pretty much we're back to basics after how the previous week's episode was a really good episode with, you know, more Spanner action, the Valverade like proper debut, and now we're at the Monster of the Tweak format again. So we're taking things a little bit down, but Spanner does mean business because he definitely busts out the henshin pretty quickly into the episode and starts throwing hands like nobody's business. We get Clotho Clothed, which is Clotho's power up. Yay!
Hey.
What way to make the very strong female character more stronger than covering up them abs? Let's go. So I don't know how the internet reacted to it because, of course, no social media. But hey, I figured most people were probably upset by what they were missing. Now you don't know what you got till it's gone, and it was gone, and they were like, "Ah, okay, all right." But overall, like, it was part of the reason why I held back from doing a review for this episode, because I really do feel that a lot of it will end up tying into the next episode. So there's not a lot there besides how this plot point is going to end up getting wrapped up in terms of that front. But I do feel that there's some red flags looming for Clotho. I think she might be the first of the three sisters, probably out regarding all this. But Cloudy, I know you watch these episodes intently. What'd you think?
Overall, it was a pretty okay episode. I talked this with Sai briefly, not exactly directly about this, but the fact that we're going to the episode of the Tweak formula again is overall good, because that's like, because when they used the episode of the Tweak formula back in the day, it was to make like one episode to stretch it out the 50 episodes. That way you don't have to have 50 continuous episodes written over again. It's just you basically half the length of the show. Sorry, you half all the writing work you have to do for the show by just making 26 or 25 episodes and then just spreading it out over the course of 2 episodes. So I'm actually really happy we're going to this formula, because at least it'll mean that they won't be as intensive on the writers, at least so to speak. So that hopefully we'll get more consistent stuff. So like maybe we'll have a slower first half, and then the second half is where things kick up in like these episode of the Tweak kind of formulas. So that's one positive I liked about it. Valverade's new suit, I did not like. Not in the slightest. Nope. Whoa.
No, his upgrades look like shit.
I like his finishers. I like his base suit, but I don't like the way the new suits, the upgrades for those suits work. It's just a shame, sadly.
Majade's upgrades, though. Oh my god, that preview
We'll get there
next week.
We'll get there. And then the monster of the week was probably the weakest part of this episode, because if we're talking a little bit of previews, it looks like he gets redeemed next week, which is odd. And it's also the fact that he winds up we did get a cool shot of him possessing Sabimaru and getting Sabimaru actually being able to like act confidently, which I want to see more of that eventually in the later half of the show, because god, that character is really good. But yeah, other than that, there wasn't really much that happened this episode, except that we saw Spanner carrying flowers with his surrogate
Kyoko.
mother. Yeah, Kyoko. And we don't know exactly where he was going to go drop those flowers off exactly, so to speak. And it would be nice to maybe if they follow up on that next episode, because it's like, it's kind of a weird shot. Like if you, because it was with the Ringay staring ready for like, the vampire, which we know.
I thought he was just going to drop flowers at his parents' grave.
Yeah, I thought so too, but we never actually got to see him get there. So maybe there'll be a scene there, something more touching next week.
Oh,
But,
they're not gonna address that shit at all. They're gonna
I
forget that
hope
was the thing.
I hope so. Just because it'd be a nice touch. But overall, I think this episode was okay. It's a B. Like it was good. It wasn't anything special, but it was okay.
Ash, I know you have not caught up.
No.
Okay. So I was like, yeah, I already know
Yeah.
Ash is behind. So Mark, did you watch it?
I feel like I did actually, but I feel like I'm on autopilot now watching the show. Like it's like a habit. Like, oh, it's a reflex. Oh, it's Sunday afternoon. Let me get the subs. Let me watch it. It's not bad. I don't know. Like, I feel like I kind of I might stop for a bit and then like do another binge. Like give it like 4 more episodes because like watching the week to week right now is all right, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm just not excited to watch it. It was a good episode. I think once they made Spanner a common writer, right? And then like this, I was like, and I hate the suit. I hate the chest piece. I hate that it changes. And I'm just like, man, like, I don't know. I think it was stupid. So now I just don't like it.
Well, the thing is, like, some of the best episodes from the series were literally the lead up to Spanner finally becoming a common writer.
Yep.
And now we got it. And it's just like,
Yes.
okay.
What's
Now
that?
some of the best episodes will be waiting for Legend to show up.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
I can't
him
wait to
not
see
being
how
a
he
common writer
gets
was good.
introduced.
Oh yeah, I always forgot. We did get the first what is it like dual or fusion chemi with Clotho sucking up 2 cards at once, right?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently that's going to be a thing. I don't know if that has any relevance.
I mean, the other thing was the fact that we got another Malgam helping out Clotho because Gideon didn't think that she could do it by herself, even though he gave her the power.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So,
but it does seem like
That's
she's
the thing,
pushing
The
herself.
Gideon thing is weird too. I feel like
What?
I'm not like I don't know.
You're not driving with Gideon?
No, you know what it is, and I think we've talked about this before. It's like, dude, the movie kind of took all the wind out of the sails for me because so much stuff happened and I haven't seen it. I'm still just like I want to see. Like I feel like I'm watching a show, but there's like a hole. And I
Yes.
just keep focusing on like
There
I need
is
to
a
know this
rift.
stuff, but I'm still going forward, and I'm like, it's like when you're driving and you see a cool like billboard. You're like, wait, what was that billboard? But you can't turn around. I'm not gonna go
Around the
I'm gonna
highway.
ask. Yeah, so it's like one of those things where it's like a lot of stuff is taking me out of the show right now just because I want to see the movie. I want to like visually see, not like reading a review of it, like what happened, so I get some context to everything.
And
There's some
sadly-
drastic character changes,
Yeah.
and they're not really being explained in the show because we had to see the movie, and it's like, why are they like this? I need
And
to
sadly,
see this.
guess what? It might happen again because we have Daybreak.
yep, we got his film, and it might potentially spin off into having us have a part 3 for this show that we don't know about and being like, oh man, why is everything post-apocalyptic now? What happened? Oh, you should have watched the Daybreak film.
Did you not see the
Is it a
Daybreak
film
man?
or a special?
It's a
It's going to
film.
go on like.
It's a film.
Oh, dang.
It's like
It's a
the
film.
mid series film, like usually when you get like that group or family power up.
Yeah.
Which means we won't see it until the show's over, actually, right?
Yeah,
Shit.
Yeah.
man. Let me make sure Duolingo's downloaded on my phone.
So,
I feel like I can learn
Check
Japanese at the time. I have
out.
to wait for these movies.
let me listen.
And Sladria
some-
is right because I called this out like in
Here, Connor,
my
real
batch
quick.
review is that Lactis did do the triple fused amalgam back in like
Yeah,
the teens, which is part of the reason
Yeah.
why we were fundamentally like, what makes the Gotcha driver so special? Because it was originally that he could use like 2 chemis.
Right.
wasn't that for
And-
X-Rex when they had 3?
No, the X-Rex only is technically 2. It's the X card.
Oh my fucking
No, I
God.
meant for when they fused with 3 amalgams was like around the X-Rex episode, I think.
Oh yeah. It was when what's its name fought X-Rex the first.
Real quick, I
when-
got a quick goddamn.
Is someone coming after me?
Blah blah
Like
something
last
for
year?
$2. I just checked my Toku debit, and it is.
Oh,
and it
your
is-
debit. Okay, so you've made that.
Oh, you've been selling stuff. Never
so
mind.
you've been okay. So that's what you made. Okay, gotcha. Nice.
$1,188.94.
Nice.
That sounds like a fake number.
Now, how
I
many
wanna
of
see
these
some
are
behind-
extra desire drivers that the batteries were dead on them?
Was
many of
that for
these were
like
gifts?
last year or so far this year? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm guessing it's for this year, considering that he submitted his video for Tokudet last year.
How
Oh,
many?
then. All
much
right,
of
you're in
these are
second
gifts,
right now still.
by the way. Second? No, he's in third.
Sorry. My apologies, Cloudy. Respect.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. Blah blah's in third place right now. Now,
I'm
who's
like,
in first is the real question. but we're not
What
gonna
did
do that
you
right now.
buy?
I'm pretty sure
already?
Mark's in first.
Like what
That's all the
came
stuff from Emma
out?
pre-orders.
All the pre-orders. All the pre-orders. Especially for Blade. Oh, God.
Mm,
I mean, I
I'm
don't
gonna
count
have
them
a
until they
Blade.
actually release. That's the reason why I'm
they're
like,
releasing.
I'm
this
going to
week.
have a Blade.
I'm saying maybe there's stuff
corner.
from last year that's pre-ordered that came out this year, like for us.
good.
Mm.
Be. It's crazy. So yeah, Gotchard in general, yeah. There's still moments within the show. I'm like, how much of this is an allusion to what happened in the movie? Because for Gideon, it's like there's still several things that I'm confused about. Because he, like, from the background information that we got, he had already opened up the door of darkness, and that's how he ended up in that, like, well, I think the Ouroboros world where, like, Fuga, Renee's dad, was in. But what has he been doing for the last 10 years? Because he didn't age. Clearly the three sisters didn't age because they're all amalgams, so they can't technically age. But this man also didn't age. So what was he doing for like 10 years?
Also, they haven't brought up the Door of Darkness again, so did they just open it up in the movie?
I mean, it could be. If they did open it up in the movie, that could have been what killed that plot point.
Okay, just like...
Considering they haven't addressed it, but I don't know. I don't know. Considering that, like I mentioned, now they've got 3 technically like gotcha drivers there, especially if someone in the Alchemist Association can just make their own gotcha driver now, then that the entire uniqueness about it is gone.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know how I feel about this. Well, actually, I do know how I feel about it. I just don't like it.
Yeah, don't put in plot relevant shit into a film most people won't be able to access. So I mean, I get it.
What if this is
It's
the new
gonna
format? What is this new format going forward now?
It'll be like, look, we got to create FOMO.
This isn't the first. It's not the first time it's happened.
We got to put butts in seats.
It's the first time it's happened recently, but it's not the first time.
I know. Well, no, I'm just saying, what if this becomes a new trend? So this is going to happen. We get 2 movies every season going forward.
Oh,
winter,
and then they're
spring. That just are plot points in that.
No,
and that's how it is now. That's the new format.
Kill it. That would kill it for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get some weird, uninteresting, like Legend Rider 2-episode or 3-episode thing every season where he's just.
If that's the case, I might have to start becoming one of those reviewers that just talks about episode 1 and bye. I'll see you at the end of this series.
We'll talk about this later. Bye.
Yeah, we'll see y'all for another year.
Me with Brothers. Me with Zenkai. Me with King-Ohger. No, I did more.
Ash, but what are your general thoughts on the show? I'm just curious at this point. At the point you're
on Gotchard, I like Gotchard. Like I wasn't like I was on board for like the first couple of episodes, and then I think after episode 4 is when I dipped, and then I jumped back into part 2, and part 2 was really interesting. But now I'm just sort of like, yeah, I'll binge Gotchard when I've got time because I'm busy with work and stuff like that. But it's not a bad show. It's just like
it doesn't feel like a must watch.
Paced. It's yeah. But the main character doesn't do anything for me. That's number one thing.
Yeah, Hotaro needs to, like, he's had so many moments to be depressed and like grow a pair, but every time he hits a rut like that, almost a few minutes later, someone motivates him back to like peak form. Whether it's his mom saying like one line or something like that, or he sees a Kemi that he's just like, I'm gonna make that my friend, and it just instantly changes his mood. And I'm like, yeah, I know the kind of character archetype that Hotaro is supposed to be. Doesn't mean I have to like it. He's not the type of main character I would normally be rooting for.
Oh no,
I like it because his downfall is going to be amazing.
We've had 3 depressive arcs at this point. You know what I mean?
It's got to be super. Kill the mom.
No, they're not going to kill the mom.
Kill the mom.
The mom was.
Maybe it's Rene that dies. Like future
Hotaro
was looking away when he saw her.
I'll tell you the real joke when we're not live for what I want to say. But I was like, can't put those words in that sentence in that order on the internet.
Not right now. Okay. But overall, yeah, I think we're relatively positive on Gotchard. If anyone's curious, overall, yeah.
I mean, it definitely is
kind of died down.
It's in an upward swing, but I think the FOMO of buying all those cards and shit are like, I'm done. Like, there's nothing really.
The FOMO of that film, though.
Yeah,
I can't stop with the cards.
Like I was hyped for the cards, but I haven't bought any. Like they're cool to look at online with the artwork, but I'm not in a rush to collect them.
That, and I also
I'm
don't like
too
the
far
driver.
I'm too far down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, the
Like,
driver I'm
I'm already
not a
creating.
fan of as well.
It's
like
growing on me. I kind of wish I kind of want the red one though when that comes out instead. I feel like the red one looks a lot better.
come out
Once I
after
do
the
that,
show's done.
Yeah. Well, I have the Excalibur one that I got on by that's not here yet, but like I kind of think they grew on me, so I either want that or the igniter on it when it's on display, and it'll look a lot better too.
I think the igniter looks pretty good on it.
Yeah, no, the igniter does look cool on it. It's just like the
I will say
iPhone brick case.
It's very solid on display though compared to other ones. Like I don't know if it's because I'm using a different dies with that one. It looks good on display. Every once in a while I'll turn the lights on it and lights up really good.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to King-Ohger for this week.
No.
We finally got the start of the beginning of the end with a pretty good startup shot going into like very cinematic, very definitely hit the vibes. And then just everything going on with Doug Dead. We start things off with essentially going back a little bit. And essentially, my prediction was right. They were trying to make a super giant Tengen Toppa Gurren fucking King-Ohger that's like the planet itself would have been the size of its toe from how big they were trying to make this sumbitch. And essentially, everybody's king symbol powers that we've been seeing for like the last 4 or so episodes was going to play a pivotal role into making the King-Ohger this entire thing, except one fundamental flaw. Jeremy's is gone.
It was collectively the king's fault. It was two of them decided to do it.
They destroyed that bitch.
Yeah,
and because of that, I'm turning off my heater. I'm like, it's getting too hot now. Because of that, it rendered technically the last few episodes useless because they're like, we can't really do this anymore. Or maybe we could try and find an alternate way to create an immortality stone, which sounds dumb on paper. It's like, we want to create an immortality jewel. And I'm like, wasn't Himeno just talking about the key to immortality is like a doctor's dream because it would cure like all forms of diseases and stuff like that?
I was like, if it bet, give me 10 minutes.
Yeah, if it was that easy, then sure. And Gira thinks, hey, if we go to like the land of the dead and visit Rainior, even though they don't know that he's dead, he's double dead, that it would give them the clue that they need to do it. But they just don't know how to get into the land of the dead anymore. But luckily, throughout that entire time, Doug Dead shows up and decides it's finally time to throw hands. In which, Rita asks Yanma, hey, if you have 24 hours, will that be enough time for you to prep and come up with a backup plan? Turns out, no, it's not enough time. It's not enough prep time. Even though he could unlock a king symbol in less than 10 seconds, everything else is like, nope, can't do it. I didn't get the blueprints for it. I didn't get the cheat sheet. Didn't get the schematics. So we have yet another evacuation episode right after the previous evacuation episode. But as opposed to going underground, they just start taking all of the citizens, loading them up on the King Caucasus castle, and just says, get the fuck out to another world.
Else.
Yep.
Move it somewhere else.
But first, it's like, here's all of our king symbols. Just start fresh. Just repopulate all that other stuff. And go do that shit. In which case, the retainers weren't having it, even though Raculus was like, we got to do it. And they're like, nah, why not? Because we suck. Those guys, they're the Kangs. They know what they're doing. They pulled out miracles out their ass. Us, nah, we spent the last dozen or plus episodes proving that we're able to replace them. Except now we're going to say, no, we'll never be that good. Even though they just gave us their king symbols, so we got them powers. But we don't know how to use these bitches. So, because of that, we're not going to go to space. Because what happens? We go to space, we're going to find another world, and what's going to happen? We're going to run into another civilization. We're going to drive them underground. Then the cycle just rinse and repeats until Doug Dead finds us again. Nah, fuck that. We need to do this right now. So they go back. In the interim, the Kings are getting their ass beat. We see the Fangs of Defiance back again. Reason why is because, of course, since they gave up their King symbols, they can't use those power-ups anymore. So it's the Fangs of Defiance, even though that plus the power of their Oja calibers now having the power to slay an immortal, you would think it would do a little bit more damage, but we're not going to talk about that because that, that's looking too into things. Of course, all the festivities get stopped when Hat Guy interferes in Raculus, taking everybody back, just for us to find out that particular Hat Guy was Kamajim the whole time. But then real Hat Guy shows up. Now, of course, we don't know how long Kamajim was Hat Guy, probably just within the course of this episode, but I would have wished that, hey, maybe he was Hat Guy on and off throughout the show, and we just didn't know.
Was Hat Guy going on the date all those episodes ago?
That's why there was no second date.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other Hat Guy went on that date.
Mm-hmm.
So, made the real one miss out. But yeah, at the end of it all, we get the weird, out of nowhere moment where the gates to the afterworld open up and Death Narak shows up, ready to throw some hands on Kamajim. Now, I was hype as fuck. Like, Twitch chat redeemed so many fucking hydrates when the real Kang returned. Like, we were hyped.
Mm-hmm.
I was hyped. But at the same time, I was like, but how though? Like, weren't they just
Stop
talking about like, how do we open up the gate and then all of a sudden the gate just opens up? So what? Who? Really? Okay.
Well, there might be, we might know the who, but
so it's Xavier, I do know about the that during the entire speech that everybody was given, if you look at Hat Guy in the background, he's like yawning and making faces the entire time. So it was like a little bit of a hint that it wasn't really Hat Guy or that they had nefarious means the entire time going there. But yeah, look, the saving grace for this episode for me was the interaction between the Retainers and Raculus in that entire area, because the rest of the episode fundamentally was still semi-dumb and should have happened way earlier in the story. Because once again, if they're going to take plot points we literally just spent the last 4 episodes working with and just saying, now we take that and forget any of that happened because we can't do shit with it. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're literally just telling me that I wasted my time with these last few episodes. That's what the episode did. And yeah, we were talking about IMDb scores last week, and people were bringing up that apparently this latest week's episode is now the lowest reviewed episode of King-Ohger.
2.8.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like 2.3, 2.8, something like that.
So I was actually higher than the IMDb score, but I think it is of a lot of people probably going too little too late. Like this.
I wonder if it's Japan or the Westerners ranking that.
I assume it's the West, right?
I don't know, because I would say the Westerners, like, people keep telling me that I'm a negative Nancy when it comes to King-Ohger, that this show is like amazing. I'm like, then I don't know where these other folks are at that are like being harsher critics on this than I am.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe they're just quiet.
Or people that just don't interact in social media that literally are just forming their own opinions by just watching the show, real watchers, and not getting skewed by other like forms of media or other opinions from what's going on. So, but I really think that but part of the reason is that this episode does feel like it should have happened like right after Doug Dead got resurrected. Like the second he got resurrected, this should have been the episode right after, where he said, I'm going to take this seriously. Like all his gestures, and just says, I'm going to do this myself. And then we get this episode. Would have made more sense. Plus having an evacuation episode right after an evacuation episode. What?
Yep.
Crazy Orb said that it did jump up. It is now a 5.2. So I guess some people saw the rating and were like, nah, we're bumping this up.
Okay. All right.
So Ash, since this is something you did watch, what'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I'm still a little bit burnt out because we're getting closer and closer to the finale. But yeah, it's cool to see Daphne Rock back. I feel like it does take away his big sad moment that he had when he died. Not fully away, but I feel like it does take away some of the impact. But I feel like because I was thinking if anyone's going to throw hands with Carmageddon, it's going to be Raculus. But
Oh yeah,
no, when you think about it, it's probably going to be Daphne Rock because Daphne Rock was like played just as a fiddle as the other guy. So that is for sure.
now do you
No,
think
this is
that they would throw
Okay.
in a random henchman for Deathrack? He
No,
gets a suit.
no,
They'll throw in that last, like, hey,
Zero.
here's another. We get Death-Ohger up in here.
0%
I wanna-
chance.
like 0% chance, but I just want to see like that big bulky suit just do a henshin pose.
Oh, imagine.
Now, I'm putting in. I'm gonna be optimistic and say there's a 5% chance.
Move the decimal point 1 to the left, and then you got it.
Like he grabs Jeremy's Venomix because, of course, Jeremy doesn't have it. You know, Garajim has it. Throws it over to Deathnarak, and then he just henshins with it. It's just like, hey,
That's not the henshin device. No.
yeah, but it's passed down by his family. And remember, Jeremy's mom and Deathnarak are related.
Right, but she wasn't a writer. So, I mean, she wasn't a.
But maybe she just didn't have the ability to trigger. And Deathnarak's
She didn't
like,
make a
oh,
suit. We know
I know how to
Jeremy
do
made
this.
his suit.
They'll pull it out their ass. The
what
show
suit
right
was
now
in
is
there?
in ass pull territory.
Also, you got a thing. You got a super chat. $2.
Yes, I was just waiting for me to finish yelling.
Okay, fine.
Musa Muteki for $2 says, "Long live the true Bugnarod King, Deathnarak."
Let's go.
Agreed. Don't know how he made it back. Hopefully, the explanation is actually good, and it's not I just found this door and just said, I'm coming through. I'm coming home.
I busted through this door.
Yep.
Who the
So-
fuck shit up?
It's like, oh, I smell a rat on the other side. It's just like just bust on through.
That was a hype as fuck moment, though.
It was. It was out of nowhere. Out of nowhere moment.
Because there was no leaks for it.
You're
Either.
wondering who is coming through that door, and then when you see it's Daphne Rock, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. I
Yep.
was like, dang.
All right, Mark, what'd you think on this episode?
I haven't watched it.
Oh my god!
I'm waiting until 49 comes out, and I'm gonna binge them all, probably on either Thursday or Friday, and then right when the
You're gonna
last episode
wait
comes
till
out. I'm like,
50.
Yeah, he's gonna.
I know. 49's about to come out. So
Well,
I'm
they
gonna
got-
watch up until 49. Next day, watch 50 as it drops, and be done. So I did with
I-
Don Brothers.
I will say that, like the way that the preview looks like, it looks like technically things will end with episode 49. It really feels like episode 50 might be an epilogue episode.
Yeah, epilogue.
Yeah,
I assumed
I'm
it
betting
would.
that as well.
Huh?
Because I think we talked about that earlier when like towards the halfway point of the show, where like when we found out it was going to be 50 episodes, it's like
Like they need proper closure on certain plot points as well as whatever might lead to their
Yeah.
double billing crossover that they got going on in the summer.
Mhm.
But
what if
Yeah.
they give Rita a personality in the epilogue?
Maybe.
they do another 2-year time skip, and
Yeah.
like Rita's wearing like white clothing, face just completely
Full,
out,
yeah.
just their
Laughing,
hair's blonde
giggling.
now. It's
They're
completely
smiling.
different. It's just like, what the fuck happened to you?
They're
And
smiling.
all the stands will be like, "See, we told you this is what she was." And it's like, nah, you're lying to yourselves.
So could be a thing where they change things up with the epilogue. Cloudy,
Oh,
what'd you think?
Overall, I kind of have to reserve my judgment until like we get the next half or the next 2 halves of this show because like I don't know there's a lot of stuff that like warrants, or depending on the explanations for it, I will be either very happy for or very upset with. Also, not going to mention, you just put it into my mind. Gira and Raculus beat up Dagden the first time, like just on their own, and you're telling me now that all the kings can't handle him now.
Well, I guess it's because they caught him off guard the first time, and now he's had prep time.
Are you serious? The man who was like, I knew you were going to betray me at some point was like...
Yeah, I know. It makes no goddamn sense.
Okay. I'm just saying. All right. Bye. But other than that, I may be in the minority of this, but I don't think it's going to be a two-parter. I feel like it's going to be a three-parter.
So you think that episode 50 will be the ending of it all and not be an epilogue?
I think the last half, or maybe like 3/4 of it, will be an epilogue. But I think the next episode, because they've done this before, I think the next episode will probably end off on the cliffhanger with the super ooper duper mega supreme
finishing blow. No,
the mech, basically.
No, I get what Cloudy's saying. Like the big cliffhanger will be them going to delivering the finishing blow to Doug Dead, and then they sort of continue it
into the next,
leading into into the episode 50.
The only reason I say that is because it looks like, at least from the previews, there's like a war happening. The sides are like leading together. I know everyone's like in their base suits. They're still talking and conflicting. And I don't think that they're going to have everything solved next episode, ready to go, just to put that nail on the coffin. I definitely think next episode is the end of Commagin, but I don't think it's the end of Doug Dad.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, the way that the war is looking, it's still humans and Bugnarok fighting Bugnarok.
Yep.
That's
Listen, the Bugnarok are still the enemy.
Yeah, after all that character growth, after Jeremy's kingdom of, 7 people are definitely doing some shit. They're still fighting bugs at the end of the day. Even Deathnarok came out of hell and is throwing hands with Bugnarok.
His own people.
Wow.
Exactly.
Who would have thought?
Listen, they're already dead, so just put them to rest, I guess.
I will say that my biggest disappointment if they don't do this is you gotta at least have the King-Ohger in the final fight.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they gotta have the mega super mech. It's gotta be a thing.
Because it's like the name of the show is King-Ohger. They haven't utilized the King-Ohger much during this entire second half. Probably part of the reason why their toy sales have also been lacking. You haven't had the advertising vehicle for all that shit. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, if you don't end this with a King-Ohger Grand Slam, something outside of just making the giant flaming G, then because if they just do that, I'll be like, that's it, canned animation, nothing major.
I think that's why he's back, though. I think that's why Deathnarok is back, is to power the thing.
I mean, he could be the replacement for Jeremy's Jewel.
Yeah.
Real quick. Jam Cal for $5. I hope King D isn't using Mega Man X6 Zero ass pull return logic. Deathnarok, I hide myself while I repaired myself. Entire rest of the cast. No.
You see, they have ass pull technology. They're not afraid to use it.
Yeah.
It's happened before.
I know you saw me get eviscerated and disintegrated into nothingness, but there was still a snippet of me that was still left, and I just regenerated like Cell.
Remember, he's a worm. You left. He's a worm, so you leave the smallest bit alive, and he can regenerate.
I just went underground, avoided that sunlight, because you know what happens to fucking earthworms when they hit that sunlight?
Yeah. No, the Tarantula Abyss gathered up his leftover bits, and then, that's...
Which makes no sense, considering the Tarantula Abyss we just saw a couple episodes ago still putting graves on putting flowers on his grave.
It could have been recent,
Oh, yes, I know it's been 2 years, but I just recently started doing this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, definitely.
I didn't regain consciousness until just now. I had whatever Raculus had to pass out, but mine just went longer.
If he had, I assume he would have went to kick Jeremy's ass if he had gained consciousness earlier.
It's like, you failed. I told you to be a good king. Where are my people at?
Bro, you invented bigotry? The hell?
It's like I was just down there chilling in hell, and I just kept seeing Bugnarok after Bugnarok showed up after you said it was gonna be all right.
Look at them. There's so many of them down there.
I trusted you, Jeremy.
We got this guy in a cape and a hat, and he's just running around screaming the fuck happened.
But he dropped this, and then he pulls out the immortality jewel.
Mm.
And then we're like, oh, wait, that's what we needed. It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
He's like,
okay.
I took it off that guy in hell.
Yeah, he's dead, but he, for some reason, an immortality jewel came with him.
Yeah, well, his clothes came with him, so of course the jewel had to come with him.
Yeah.
Yes, while all the other ghostly figures are still there. I don't understand
Hey, listen,
the logic of the underworld.
Don't put that logic in there. The moment you do.
I know, people keep telling me it's like I'm taking this show too seriously. I'm sorry.
Stop adding your logic and demanding things to be consistent.
All right. So anything else to add about King-Ohger, the show, before moving on to other quick topics?
Nope.
Nah.
All right. So, of course, last week we talked about this a bit, but we have seen more. The more I see of this, the more I'm like, I don't care. Don't care.
To be fair, this isn't for you. This is definitely not for you.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's for me and
absolutely.
Cloudy. That's for me and Cloudy in our
Mhm.
gotcha addictions.
It's like, oh, we got double. All right, what we
I can
got
stop
here?
spending whenever I want. I just don't want to.
Yeah, no,
Wait,
definitely. No.
Who the fuck is this?
That's the what do you call it? Jin. Jin
Oh,
from Zio.
but why is it pink and
Because he's got pink and the bird. Yeah, pink and the bird. That's Jin.
but he was red?
In the second half, this is the first half.
Mm.
They can use any writer. It doesn't have to be their final.
Yeah.
Like you saw the double, right?
Yes. But yeah, I guess this guy's Kamen Rider Hayate with what they got going on here, and we saw double.
This is Walls, right?
We got walls. Yeah.
I actually like this. Out of all the
This is the one I
rider
like.
inspired design, this is the best one out of all of them.
It is.
And then we got
This one's not bad either.
I think this is Deno, technically.
yeah, because it's
Yeah,
Momotaro. The thing is, more seeing this shit, the more I just get like Tokyo Mirage Session vibes. If
Oh, yeah,
anybody's
no, yeah.
seen that.
Absolutely.
Which is a great game that no one talks about.
Nah, that game's
I never
great.
played it.
Once
I
you,
wanted to play it, but I never did.
once you have enough of the attacks and have progressed the story, it's essentially like playing a Macross game. Because once you start having like the musical numbers go in, and then it gives you the stat boost and all that shit while concerts going on. Oh, it's a great game. But
I was
then
waiting for a game like that since the Omega Quintet that came out on the PS4, and I was like, I want another. And then, dude, Tokyo Mirage Session FE came out. I was like, peak. But
Omega
that's what-
Quintet,
I get
another
this.
game that I have.
Yes, so good.
So yeah, it's like after seeing like these aesthetics and the shit that we got going on for it, I'm still like,
We're gonna be
not
getting
exactly
gameplay soon. They're not gonna reveal all the characters before it launches, I don't think. So, but we are gonna get gameplay soon. I'm compiling everything for a video at some point, but I'm waiting until gameplay so I can like tell you what kind of gotcha game it's gonna be, because we don't know yet what kind. Other than gotcha, we don't know if it's gonna be from a combat and gameplay standpoint.
I need to also understand their pity system, because that is a big definer of a gotcha game.
Mm.
So just so you're clear, pity is after a certain amount of pulls, you're guaranteed a 5-star. But usually you'll either get like it's a 50-50 chance of getting the one on the banner, like the cover one, or some random one. So it's like, how does the pity gonna work? Like, is it guaranteed, or is it like you gotta do it a couple times?
so yeah. I mean, looking at
double.
the
Did you
double
see
we
that
got
picture
double.
with the tail? Because it's a cat apparently.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, that's a cat boy or something.
It's the first thing I think of.
Yes, when I think of double, I think of cats.
Oh yeah, definitely not windmills.
Double tails. There you go, twin tails.
Mm,
Oh, okay.
At least for this one. The other double is not.
yeah.
It's Kamen Rider Loke and it's still Kamen Rider Loke on both ends. Okay.
Okay.
Only difference
This
is
is two
one
different
has two tails,
styles.
the other one has two drones that hover.
Is it like two different forms, or is it?
No, I think they're twins, the
Oh.
two characters.
They're separate
Yeah.
writers. Okay.
Yeah, they're different characters.
Oh,
Because it's Lance Tendo and
Lance Tendo.
Q. And Q.
Lance.
It's Q and Lance Tendo.
Did I just hear that name right? Lance
Yes.
Tendo.
Lance Tendo.
Oh no, no, no.
Lance Tendo and Q.
No.
I mean, let's see what all these guys' names are. Kyosuke Araki. Let's see here. Saigo Mikami. Hayate, who becomes Kamen Rider Hayate. Wow. I guess
Yeah. Creative.
simple.
Yeah.
Titan Takato. And those are revealed characters so far. I mean, we get little chibi characters down here. Some, like we talked about last week, I'm guessing that's going to be their in-game art style that they're using for them.
Yes and no. Sometimes they just do that as like a feature. You'd have to give them sprites for like loading screens. Sometimes, a majority of the time they don't, but more recently, after the last time we talked about the GB style ones, I looked into it, and a lot of them use that for like loading screens. So
I was thinking like the Fire Emblem Heroes, when they do their battles, they're in like the chibi style, unless they're gonna do like their special move, then they go into the character portraits.
I think it just depends on how much of a visual novel it's going to be.
Oh, I need to know what like the 4 stars are going to be like, or the commons. Ooh, God, no. This is like these are.
What if they put legends where it's like they're all low tier and you got to like get dupes and this and that and raise them through the levels and the rank rating style? It's like, oh, no, I got a 4-star, now I got a 5-star.
No, God,
they've done that with some stuff like that, so that's why I'm like, because this is not on the scale of like a Honkai or Genshin or stuff like that. This is because obviously you can tell from vertical, like, so I'm like, this may be.
What is Honkai?
You can get like a 1-star of character, and then there's a 4-star version also.
So Honkai are usually the games made by the MiHoYo company or HoYoverse, depending on like what are you talking about. Yeah, they have their own special style of like how the gacha mechanic works and such and such.
Okay.
So that most other games actually copied theirs, but there's still other games that use like Legend style, which is building up a character with a lot of dupes, which is stupid. And then you have Dokkan style, which is you have to just get a bunch of items to level them up to the next tier repeatedly, which is it's better, but it's not good or fun.
You guys think this game is going to come out in the West, or you think it's going to be Japan exclusive?
Depends on how much money it makes. That is all.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel that the character designs for them, they're generic enough to the point that they won't carry the oh my god, it looks like Power Rangers stigma that a lot of things that comes from Tokusatsu out to the West gets billed as in a way, because it is very casual friendly in terms of that front.
Again, it's all about whether or not it'll make money to do it. So
someone pointed out Twisted Wonderland, and that's one I was going to bring up also for a comparison. That's what a lot of people have been saying. It's going to be like that Twisted Wonderland app, which makes sense.
I don't know what that is
because it's popular. That Disney Twisted Wonderland stuff they did, where they're all like very like emo boys, but Disney kind of inspired. The manga finally got English release.
Oh,
yeah, it's actually really popular. Makes Disney some good money in Japan.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So next up comes these hot toys. And of course,
collectibles.
Yeah. So
we were talking. It will burn a hole in your wallet.
We were talking about this back when they made the announcement like 6 months ago. So we were already on the loop on this, but of course the listings are up. You can be put on the wait list for them. As you can see, their prices are outrageous. The cheapest ones are going to be like your Shin Kamen Rider line starting at 180. But if you want them Black Sun lines, those are 305.
I would rather get several different kind of DX toys.
Now the thing that
Yeah,
gets me,
same.
do you notice something weird about this photo?
A Shadow Moon?
No. Please point it out.
Is it the sword?
It's not the good Shadow Moon. It's the Black Sun Shadow Moon.
It is the sword.
Yeah. That
So
is...
So they have Shadow Moon with the satin saber.
She never uses Evan the series.
Exactly. The second he is touching the blade as Nobuhiko, never as Shadow Moon, he gives it back to Bergenio.
Well, he cuts his arm off, then he gives it back to Bergenio.
Yeah.
Maybe it's there just for like
Hey, remember it's like, remember classic Shadow Moon? We saw that it came with this sword, so we decided to include it here as well, guys. No, but the second I saw that, I was like, y'all didn't watch the show, or else you wouldn't have included this.
I had no idea what Zio was talking about until this, and then I immediately saw that, and I was like, why does he have the satin saber?
Yeah. No, I pulled this up right before the stream because I hadn't gone to the official website yet. But the second I saw it, I was like, what? Why? Why are you doing this? I mean, look, these are pretty big figures. They say right there, it's 12.5 inches. That's a big ass figure.
Oh, they're really good. Like, I wish I had one on display to show you guys because I only have the I said before we started streaming, I have the Captain America from the Winter Soldier film one, and the details insane. I do have on the list for the Shin Kamen Rider and also Kamen Rider number 0. I have not figured out if I want to do the Shin Kamen Rider number 2 or not yet, though.
This may be a bad take, but I don't like the look of this figure at all.
No, the looks on these are just bad. Like that's why I don't finish the show. I don't even like the suit.
Yeah, I know.
Trust me, their figure detail though, these photos don't do it justice. When you see one in person, it's just like, damn. But then I can show you a real Shadow Moon. So then 1 second.
No, the thing is, they also have the Battle Hopper here. They don't have the they don't have Shadow Moons, but they got Battle Hopper for $370.
What?
Just it by itself, $370.
Does it turn into a mech at least?
No, $370. You write it.
Oh, so when they do vehicles, they are usually more expensive than the figures because of how much work goes into it, and it has LEDs in it as well.
Oh,
but the vehicles, even for like the Shin Kamen, the motorcycles are like 50 or 60 more. But for a real large size Shadow Moon, you just get this one from the RAH. This is Shadow Moon before they've ruined it and made Shadow Moon a Kamen Rider. I have not opened it. But look at this. Look at this articulation. There's real cloth on the suit too. I just haven't opened it.
You say before, but they put on their Masked Rider. Why did they?
I don't count it.
I mean,
this is the good Shadow Moon. I'll never finish Black Sun.
You've never finished it?
I know.
No, he still hasn't seen Black Sun. Every time we talk the quarterly sales numbers, there's always something Black Sun related.
He's just like, all right, if I haven't seen that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't regret seeing it, but seeing it did make me a lot sadder because there was so much potential.
There is. I do think that it is a very overhyped show still to this day.
Yes.
I still question people who say it's the best thing they've ever seen.
It is nowhere near a perfect show. Even it,
I can name like 20 things better.
Even if you try to say like, oh, it's doing its own thing. It's not trying to be like the original, which bullshit. But go on. It's still like pretty. What's the word for it? Incohesive.
It is like it tries still playing somewhat of a an homage to the show that came before while trying to do its own take on it, but it's so much of a departure that it should have just been its own thing. It shouldn't have been tied into the the Black moniker at all.
But the beginning of episode,
I think it's because they.
was absolutely
I think it's
perfect.
because when it was announced, they teased it was hyped to be tied to the Black moniker, like a remake of Kamen Rider Black.
Yeah, and the thing is, I forget if it was the director or the like producer or head writer for this. They explained that they had not worked on anything Kamen Rider before, and that they like literally binged all of Black before starting on writing for the show, or at least coming up with the set pieces for it. So yeah, there was like no nostalgia tied into it in terms of that front. I mean, the figures are nice, but I mean, you're looking at.
I didn't know they had the LED in the belt though. That I was like, wait,
The
I didn't know
LEDs
they
on
put
the
LEDs
belt
on
and the
drivers.
And the
belt
helmet.
apparently has some articulation. At least the Shadow Moon one looked like it had some sort of articulation.
Yeah.
Oh, they all will. I think it's just how they're posing them. They are, for people who spend the money for figure photography standpoint, these are kind of like this is like the upper echelon
The
of like
best.
the ones you would want to take photos with. They're not as articulate as say like an SH figure art though, but it's enough to do certain like poses. Sometimes certain ones, you'll actually be able to swap out the arms and the legs to make those. They don't actually bend themselves. There's like extra legs and stuff. It just depends on what figures they are. But all of them have LED. Like the Shin Kamen Rider one with that base stand on it is the reason why, because that base stand is so nice that comes with the other version of it. And
I mean, the quality is pretty good.
oh yeah,
Amazing.
no, that's the thing is this is why you pre-order in advance, and they don't do a lot of releases. At least for a while there, they weren't doing a lot of releases. You'd get maybe like 5 figures a year, maybe 6.
I might get the Shin
What?
Kamen Rider one. But...
They have the Shin Kamen Rider for like the number 2 is probably my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah,
for
Nego.
just how it's with because it has the better base stand, I think, and everything else, and it still has removable coat. Like,
Is
Wait,
it-
wait.
$820. God
What?
damn.
Wait, for what? What? For what?
This one's a statue though.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna be like the figure's 820. I was like, what?
I mean, it's a statue. That's
This is a
$820.
yeah.
Oh,
There is a figure though. There's also a figure that comes with it, like as well. Just that's the statue. They do when they do statues, they don't do that many a year. So
I can see why 800.
yeah, but the you gotta figure the amount of time and effort that went into this.
Mm-hmm. It's probably. Ooh,
Yeah.
God.
And it's amazing.
I don't know. This may just me, but the Black Sun ones, I'm not a fan of the design.
This one's a 1/4 scale as well.
Yeah.
That's why the statue is.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's 20 inches.
Yep.
20
20 inches
inches
of
each.
rider.
20 inches of rider.
Yep. Oh, Zerago. Or
Yep.
Rago.
But yeah, and then the number 2 one is just so good. That's why I was like, I'm probably most likely gonna like right now. I'm just get regular Shin Kamen Rider and number 0 definitely, especially for the price point on those. That's actually really good compared to the Black Thumb ones.
Yeah,
Isn't that only... Okay.
you're looking at almost $1,000 for all 3 things for the Black Sun line if you wanted to get all 3 of the Black Sun line.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Tokudet, and there's gonna be one person that's like, I know you talk shit about these, but I got them all.
Guess what?
I will.
King-
Yeah.
He's gonna be like the guy with the 3 PS3s, the 4 PS4s. It's like I bought 2 Negos,
Yes.
and I bought
I got
0 Regos. Here's where my Rego would be, but I bought 0 of him. But here's my 1 Ichigo.
I wish we got the 1 and 2 towards the end of the. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that one's color scheming would have been nice, but I
Yeah.
didn't do it.
I wish they did.
So, But yeah, I mean, nice looking figures, but them price points though, and that satin saber got me like,
Tight.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, this is just reaffirming me when I compare the two. Like, oh god, Shin Kamen Rider was definitely my movie of the year last year.
Oh, absolutely.
I know
Same
-1
here.
was amazing, but
Godzilla's
know
-1. I'd have to. It was so tough for me to
so
decide
good.
between the two, but minus, especially when you see it with minus color, it's like, oh, if that was this year, it's still.
But Shin Kamen Rider was just so good.
It was. Speaking of, do you see the director of Shin or Godzilla -1 said he wants to do, if he does a sequel, he wants to have it with other kaijus because you think that style with a kaiju battle would be really tough to do, but would be like amazing. And then he also wants to hire Americans, and he asked any American actors if they want to do a movie for like a tenth of their normal asking price.
It's like, hey, and if you guys
Do
really
Do it for the exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would. I'd be like, listen, okay, I'm done. You're gonna put me in a Godzilla film, but like,
Just put a lot
that's
of random
like-
American TokuTubers in the film as like, you know,
Right.
background people. Like, I'll do it.
I'll
I'll
get
be
step
there.
on.
Get foddered. Yeah.
But yeah, I was
Just
like,
everybody
that's
just
cool
out there
idea.
with the smartphones recording, then just get instantly like blasted.
Stepped on. Yep. They could do the same last two movies in a row. But
Get the
it was
tail
definitely
swept.
like, yeah, but it's definitely one of the things I want to see though. Like -1, but a style of Godzilla versus another kaiju, and I'm like, well, it has to be like Destroya. That would be just a horror movie if they did that.
Mm.
All right. So, I mean, outside of that, it's, I mean, in terms of films, like that Godzilla X Kong trailer was something.
I don't know.
So I hate that they teased, they spoiled so much. But I'm still like, I'm still gonna watch it.
When don't they spoil?
no, it looks. Someone said they made the MonsterVerse into a shonen jump live action, and I'm like, son of a bitch, I can't unsee that now.
It literally became a Saturday morning cartoon with that trailer.
Yeah.
I was like, it went from being more serious in tone to now it's like they're pegging it as a buddy cop film, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this has become a Saturday morning cartoon, which is, I mean, part of the reason why I enjoyed the first Pacific Rim film was that it felt like a Saturday morning cartoon just with a big budget and live action. So I'm not opposed to it, but it just depends if this is, if they just start making it
almost
like
show the new
McDonald's.
Titan. No, they showed the new Titan completely in the new trailer.
I didn't see it in the trailer that I saw.
You didn't see the Skur or whatever the hell his name is? The newest trailer, he's at the end of it, and they show him with all the other girls like yelling at him, like, I'm in charge, you're going to listen to me. They even show how Kong hurts his hand.
No,
So they
but
already gave away
you're talking about the other monkeys that were fighting against Kong and shit. Yeah, at the end, they're all working with Kong because there's another threat that came from the clouds.
Oh, I'm saying like the big regular evil monkey was like.
No, I'm talking about like
fully.
what the actual big bad of the film is going to be.
I can't say anything.
One's got scales, and the other one's a monkey. Now get ready
for Space Godzilla.
Oh God,
that's not too far fetched.
Oh God.
Honestly, the way that they showed it, I was just like, "Is it Space Godzilla?" Like, what we got going on here?
There's rumors, anyways, but because of how the Toho licensing is right now, they're gonna be expediting to do Space Godzilla because they hinted at Titan Zeros from space, so they already planted that seed. Then there's also the rumor of hinting at Destroya finally being a thing, and that's kind of like ending the MonsterVerse. And I forgot the last one they said. They were also going to try and bring Ghidorah back, but as like a even bigger menacing threat. And I'm like, well, if he's from space, there's probably bread, so it makes sense.
Yeah. They do an army of like 1,000 Ghidorahs.
It'll be just like Goku and Vegeta teaming up against all the metal coolers.
Oh my!
Showing up.
Ghidorahs. Oh my god, they would do that too.
Especially with all the fucking forms and power-ups that Godzilla's getting. That thing's reaching Super Saiyan God.
Three different forms in this movie, apparently.
Like, I looked at the toys because I've seen them at Walmart, and it's just like so many other color variations of Godzilla.
There's
So-
base, then there's like right before, and then there's evolved, and then there's powered up. So there's 3 total. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. I'm kind of in on this. Like, I don't care. No, we know about toys. Me and Cloudy been hunting down the toys. Get that. We're gonna get that
It's so hard.
fire breathe missed one.
So when it comes to
I
these
found this
toy
not
sales, which one you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Gotchard or you want to talk about King-Ohger first?
I mean, they both suck.
I'd say Gotchard.
Yeah, let's watch.
Anybody else?
Let's do Gotchard. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I was thinking of Saber and what's it called? And Geets. Those sales.
Not even
suck.
shocked.
Well,
Not
Gotchard
even
is doing numbers because obviously paper makes paper.
Yep, that's
The
that,
best
That's why they did
since
it.
01.
Yep.
That is out the gate killing it. And you know, a lot of that's like, if this is just strictly profit and not just sales, you know, it's because of the margin that's in fucking cards.
Yep.
Oh, well, it's not
You
even
know.
that. Like, they also had the crossover stuff that counted too. So the Geets oneness buckle counts for Gotchard because it has the Gotchard card. They had the movie packs of cards and all the other packs that they've been they're on 6 different sets now. The wafers, the actual DX for the chemis are very popular in Japan right now. The Igniter upgrade is actually a lot more popular. Oh no, that counts as the other one. That doesn't count as this quarter. I'm trying to think what was earlier. Wafers, the candy toys. Candy toys are double dipped because they have premium Bandai versions, and those are selling out. So I'm not even shocked at all by this.
I do like that the Geets was updated from last quarter to now include Shin.
Plus Shin.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
That's why.
apparently these numbers do factor in the Shin Kamen Rider line
Shin got
into
Geets up to a 5.
yeah. So it's still like womp womp. It's not.
No,
It's
so
nothing
Geets
amazing.
is- So outside of quarter, the 4 to 6, Geets is one of the. No,
No,
they did all right
Geets
in the other
and
one.
Saber did pretty bad. Oh my God.
But Geets fell off in the end, as like for the second that last quarter of it. For
Well, yeah,
March.
nothing came out. There was nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I know, but I'm
Geets
saying, but
was
look, everyone
front-loaded.
else had 7, 6, and 6, and it's like
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, we were even saying
Yeah,
that while the
which
show was
means,
going on. They weren't introducing
because
buckles.
your monitor's like on the side. Which one is which one am I looking at? 7.7.
Yeah, 7.7 is
7.7
Gotchard.
is
So
the
Gotchard, yeah.
Okay.
So it's Geets
still,
right
01
above it.
is still crazy. But
Yeah,
you shouldn't
01
show
was
any of the haze.
nothing.
I feel like we need to have the image without the haze stuff because then you're looking up at like 9, 10, 8, and you're like, oh, Gotchard's doing
Well,
good.
even
It's
then, like,
yeah, but let me tell you about Gaim.
Yeah.
because it's like 01 still was a downward
Yeah,
trend
you
from
went-
ZO because them ride
Yeah.
watches were printing money.
Oh God, look
I know,
at
that's why I'm
Double.
just like-
Look at.
I know double was
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like Rider for a while until Decade offset the toys
Yeah.
from Sentai is what started upping the trend when it came to their toy sales.
Yes, and then we got to O's, and then bam.
all right. Claudia's gonna understand this. You know what my favorite part about this page is gonna be later on?
Mhm.
Is it's gonna say Gotchard and then in parentheses plus Blade.
Oh
And that
yeah,
shit's
you're
gonna be
right.
12s and 13s and
Yes.
20s.
Gotchard gets to get the Blade CSM and
Yep.
merchandise.
And it'll have
Oh,
5s in there too. It'll be
and
Blade
5s
and
too.
But
5s.
I don't think the Blade stuff will count towards the Gotchard shit. I think it'll be for the next Rider
Really?
because
No,
all the Blade stuff will
mm.
release when that new Rider show is out.
Yes, but the pre-orders, right?
No, I think isn't the
Okay,
Rider,
and the
isn't
thing is,
Blade one
since
coming
Fies is
out-
not factored into
like a month?
Geets, it would have to factor into Gotchard.
Oh no, 5s will yeah.
Yeah.
Because the pre-orders for the Fies stuff started when Geets was still on air.
Yeah, and they're coming
Because
out.
we got the announcement for the film when Geets was still on air.
But
So
the
Blade
thing
will
about the
count
5
towards-
stuff.
Whatever Rider we got next.
But the
Yeah,
5 stuff
Kamen
is
Rider
coming out
BoonBoomger.
this year. But so are the Blade.
Kamen Rider
stuff.
some bitch.
But if they're coming out after Gotchard already is airing, it won't count. It has to go while it's airing.
Yeah.
No. But I thought they're then the 5's next year. Is that like at the very end of Gotchard's lifespan?
Well, considering that doesn't release until September, so like a month or two after like Gotchard is done. But I think because the pre-orders and all that stuff, they would probably factor that
Because the
into
Shin
Gotchard.
Kamen Rider stuff came out while Geets was still airing.
Okay.
Yep.
I only say that because like everything Blade related and Gotchard, and the Fi stuff are releasing this year. So that's like, which one does
Blade
it
is
cover?
Blade is about to make so much money off of me.
And
Re-releasing of all the CSMs and new CSMs and a CSG.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, it's like, so even like as much shit as we give Geats for its second half because of the fact that the toys fell off a cliff because there was nothing. It's still, continued the upward swing that they were having, but still not reaching those 0-1 numbers. But 0-1 was also downward swing from ZO because ZO was definitely a fucking money house. But
the Vision Driver helped that, honestly.
Yeah.
The Vision Driver, the Fantasy Buckle, the Bujin Sword, Geats 9, that's what helped their toy sales towards the end, because that middle ain't shit.
yeah, I mean, there was nothing going on within the show to promote because
And the show was boring at that time.
Yeah. And even then, like all the newer Geat shit that's coming out because of the whole Poison Rage shit, whatever the fuck it's called.
Poison Rage.
We'll probably get factored into Gotchard because it's releasing during Gotchard runs.
Mhm.
So
honestly, the amount of stuff I think we're gonna see some 9s in those categories just because of all the CSMs and all the other anniversary stuff coming out. I feel like that's definitely going to bolster sales, especially when you're going to get, the people who are more adults now for the 20th anniversary stuff or 15th anniversary. I feel like those will sell more than like a 5 anniversary or 10-year anniversary merch.
I mean,
So Fies and Blade are definitely going to sell a lot.
Given how Sentai like recently put out promo posters for not just 10th but also 15th on top of 20, and we know we're getting a 30th. Like they're definitely now doing it in 5s. They're doing it in 5s. They're like, no, we need maximum money.
Well, when we look at Sentai's earnings, that's why they need to start doing 5s. They're going to start doing 1-year anniversaries on shows too. They're starting with Don Brothers.
I mean, how many specials have we had for Don Bros since?
Exactly.
I mean, Mark, I know you said like you're kind of out on Don Bros, but once we get to these Sentai numbers, I'm like, Don Bros needs to come back. They were cooking with something.
Streets are calling Don Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is, even though I'm like out of the Gotchard collectathon thing, I know that a lot of people are not. I can easily see Gotchard eclipsing 0-1's numbers. I don't know if it's going to reach up to the ZO numbers, but it has a good chance. How do you guys are predicting Gotchard's entire run will end up being? And of course, we'll keep getting into this every time we keep getting these quarterly results. But I'm gonna say my safe bet is 28.3 is my final full earnings.
Oh, the
projections
full
right
billion yen earnings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's passing 30.
Hear
me out. That's 7.7 with only box 0, box 1, the wafers, and wave 1 and 2 of the Sotos. We now have box 2, 3, X, wafers 2 more Soto sets, premium Bandites, Igniter.
It just depends if it's selling or not. If the show itself has kind of like soured some of the fans, like they killed some of the early adopters from continuing the show, then we could see that second quarter dip that we see in all of these shows. Because even like 0-1 was susceptible to that second quarter dip.
But then we're getting the Daybreak movie. Then we're getting those red cards released. Box 4. Now that we're getting Final Form cards, they're doing more stuff in the magazines, which count towards Sentai and Kamen Rider.
I'm leaning.
It's going up.
I think 31.4.
It's going above 30. It's going to be one of the ones that's going to be like one of the highest grossing out of this whole entire list. Look, it will be number 1 on there. It will be Zio.
Because it's like cards sells.
And the DX toys are selling too, which is weird because those don't sell. We've seen how bad those look. Like the Revolve change from Geats, those didn't do anything. But kids are buying those DX little plastic chemis, and they just need to release more because they only have 3.
Cloudy, what was your number? I'm writing these down for future reference.
I'm saying 30.
31.4.
I want to say 7.5. Yeah, I want to say 32 maybe.
Okay, I guess I'm the one.
Watch
that's
this shit do.
being,
Watch this shit do 40.
Watch
Watch this
yeah,
shit
what?
do 40.
Look,
I will make a
40
big
it'd have
nasty
to be
burger
like
and eat it.
13 and a 12 in there.
Look, once again, ZO was the best earning Kamen Rider show. There's a reason why they're still making ride watches.
And Sladria just point out a good point. Multiple people are buying multiple of the bricks to display all the unique belts. I know people who do that with the attachments. I can't because that's just
Yeah, but at the same time,
sociopathic.
people were buying multiple Desire drivers just to display all
But
the
that shit was
buckles
cheap.
properly.
That shit was cheap
And-
though.
And I'm
That
just
shit was
like,
cheap.
I'm looking at the Geats numbers here. It's not there.
It's the cart. It's the
I wouldn't
cards,
compare them
honestly.
to Geats because the thing is, Geats had buckles and they didn't make that many buckles. Gotchard's got so many card sets. Like,
And that's why it's not even that. It's the RNG of buying packs. It's
Yeah.
selling a lot because people are trying to hunt down their cards and buying. So
John
most of the people who are
bought-
spending all this money are reselling them.
John just bought 2 boxes just because he was hunting freaking the Kiva parallel. He got it, but he still
Oh, I
bought
got that.
that.
That's a nice card.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the next set because I finished the second set finally in the first EX set, so I'm almost all caught up. I'm like one set.
I'm
behind.
not.
I just
I'm
got
not
to get the
saying
wafers
you're.
in the X set, and I'm done. I got all the cards.
I'm not saying
Also,
you're
Mark,
wrong.
like Gaim's not so bad. It did 23.9. I mean, it did better than a lot of Reiwa. Did better than Drive and Ghost.
You know,
Yeah.
Ghost was
Driving
weird with how
Ghost-
they released those icons. Though.
Drive and Ghost actually were some of the lowest performing overall, like 17.3, and without going into Heisei 1 when it was like, that wasn't
No merch.
they didn't have gimmicks back then. They just had
No.
belt and toys, regular action figures.
Action figures, and they had the cool ones during Deno that I wish they would bring back, where you get one form and all the armor pieces around it.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's one I've been trying to hunt down, but I can't buy it on Buyee because it's not one of the proxy eligible ones. But that's a grail for my collection, and I can't find it anywhere that will ship to the US. So I have to
On
go
Buyee, which
get-
one do I choose if I want to get good stuff? Because there's so many choices.
Oh, either the EMS or that other one. Anything that's like DHL
DHL, okay.
or the EMS one. That's usually like the fastest. It's usually like the next one that's like 200 yen more than the default one.
Let's see. What if Kamen Rider makes a Blazar like show? What do you mean?
With the fishing
Focus
rod
on-
scene, or
what do you mean? Like, are you mean
Focus on
like
one writer again? Yeah, like we thought Gotchard was gonna do, and then they were like,
Yeah.
not
okay?
only are you gonna get a
who's-
lot of forms, but you're gonna get a lot of writers now too.
I mean,
Speaking
we
of
have
fishing
one of
rod
the
scene.
fewest writers we've had in a while. We're only at 3.
Well, look, when you count the
Or-
several hundred
Dread.
thousands that we had in Geats,
Well, actually, now that I think about it, technically speaking, we're not at only 3. We're at
4.
6.
Dread.
6.
No, we don't got multiple users for Dread, do you?
Yeah.
well, no, it's
No,
Dread
no.
Legend
It's-
and
Yeah.
Gotchard
And
Daybreak.
Daybreak. So technically, we're at 6. If you
I
want
don't
to count
count
Daybreak,
Legend because he hasn't shown up in the show.
do you want to count
Yeah,
Daybreak?
He's in the
Side
poster
special.
for part 2, so
I don't care. I haven't seen he hasn't shown up in the show yet. They
You
could
would
still
count-
change their mind and be like, "This isn't gorgeous. Let's get rid of it."
Hotaro is still technically Daybreak in a sense. So do you want to count that or not?
it's a completely different suit. Like
It's a different
He hasn't
one.
unlocked it. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm counting it as a different writer.
All right. I'm just saying they're not repeatable and they're like one-offs for the most part. So it's like, yeah.
All right. So,
Oof.
God.
The doofa.
Ow.
You tell me quarter one Gotchard be all of King-Ohger?
King-Ohger. It shouldn't have been so front loaded. They shouldn't have blown their load in the first half because you can see it in their toy sales. It was the chosen one. It could have outdone Dombros, and they had nothing for the second half. They literally blew their load in the first half.
They had a crown.
Ah, yes, a crown that he still got in the first half. The only thing that you really got in the second half was the full action Kyoryu Jin and the King Gaburi Caliber. That's all you got.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They love this.
So
And memorials.
that's how you
but
get these
yeah.
numbers.
Oh. Ah.
So now it still did better than Zenkaiger, but Dombros
Yeah.
was the one that broke the streak of going downhill, and now King-Ohger is like, hold that because I'm about
Yeah.
to show you how we go downhill again.
Gotchard, King-Ohger was just like, let me show you how we go down.
I complained about this every time I did a mini plot review or a Yudo review, where I was just like, man, and even when I was reviewing the show, I'm loving the show. I wish there was some merch for it.
Oh yeah, they should.
I wish there was some cool shit.
This was definitely Geet's problem with just where are the toys?
You name a show after the actual mecha, and then you give us the mecha, and then more upgrades for the mecha, but we don't get anything else released.
And the thing is, you give us all the upgrades to the mecha in the first half. That's it. There was nothing else that they added on to it.
On my King-Ohger shelf.
We didn't even get a second. We didn't even get a second proper mecha. Like, to be fair, like Dombros didn't really do a secondary mecha either, but they still managed to move the numbers. Like, I remember back when Sentai had like their super mecha, and then they had their ultimate mecha, and then they had like the carrier mecha, and then King-Ohger was like, oh yeah, I got these guys.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to point out this is one of the few times Bandai got really greedy with that premium Bandai for King-Ohger stuff, because they gave us the exoskeletons, like when they're inside all the robots. Yeah. They gave us those for the Udos. Premium Bandai, $100.
Yep.
Then they just released, so it's not going to count to the quarter. They had the fully painted, high detailed, almost Udos that are like super Shoto ones for King-Ohger just came out, so it's not going to count towards this.
And then we got 3 recolors, right?
Yeah, yeah, and then the what is the other one? The spider tarantula, the abyss tarantula is coming out in the summer. The Kyoryugen mini plot set summer. Zero's coming out in the summer, so a lot of stuff is coming out and it's repaints of stuff, and those are coming out in June. And I'm like, sir, like, it's a repaint of something that came out the second month the show was out.
What? There's like
8 episodes in, the stuff came out.
There's like 2 different repaints of like the King-Ohger, right? Because there's the one with like the metallic.
Great. There's 3. There's a campaign, early campaign, high detailed, high paint one. Mm-hmm. Then there's the regular release. Then there's the premium Bandai, like really good one.
And then if you count the King-Ohger Zero into that mix, because it is just a recolor.
Yep.
Itself.
And that's coming out in June also. All those. All
the thing is, like, I'm honestly surprised after they had the whole Fangs of Defiance ones. What was stopping them from making like a translucent, like plastic one? Like where it's just that see-through color plastic. Hell, like Bandai does that already with several of the Gunpla kits. Just like here's a translucent plastic version.
Yep,
they could have done that.
I pointed this out. They haven't done it in so long because I did some research, and it's going to be a video I'm going to hopefully do. I just need to do a little more Super Sentai research. They have a missed opportunity not releasing villains, action figures for the villains.
See someone in chat saying that Kira Major managed their toys well. No, it was still a downward trend. That's the thing. It's like Q Ranger was the last time it did really good, and then it just went downhill. 6.9, 6.5, 4.6, 4.2. Dombros bucked the trend, moving it back up, but then King-Ohger is moving it back down again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's horrible? I just realized Geets individually, all of Reiwa Kamen Rider beat just each individual season that came out has beaten all of Reiwa Super Sentai combined.
Oh yeah,
zero one better than all of Sentai. Like, this is just sad.
When we talk about these financials, one of the things that I always bring up is like, why doesn't Sentai, like one of the biggest things that Kamen Rider has over Sentai now is that they have multiple different henshin devices for all of their users. That's what sells toys. If each of the kings have had their own distinctive sword, I think people would have bought them all to collect them all. Like, Sentai has an easy entryway of like, hey, we're starting off with 5 characters out the bat. They each use different changers. Gimmicks are going to be the same, but the changers are going to be different. People are going to be like, I got to collect them all. I got to get all 5 of these fucking changers.
I will say, though, to Sentai's credit, their price point is good, too, because Zenkaiser and Don Brothers, when they had those gears, yes, going through the U.S. retailers was expensive, but if you walked up to a candy aisle, because the candy aisle coins worked in them, too, those things are literally barely $1 per Sentai gear. So so I will give them credit when they're earning like 4 billion yen. I'm like, well, outside of just the changer, those gimmicks were only $1, under $2 each. So I give them props for making that much money, selling that much for such a small price point.
The only time I can remember
like Saber, those books were $12, so you can get 10 Sentai coins for one ride book.
Well, the last time they did like different changers, I think from what Zio said, at least for me, what I can remember was like what Gotchard, because I remember 4 and 5 had different changers from the first 3. Right?
That's it, but they were their additional. They were like their 6th, pretty much. So it didn't.
They were
really
the
count.
6th. The 6th was that the duo that you refused to ever go on.
See, I was thinking of Go Busters. That's why I was.
No, it was Gotchard because
Yeah, but even then, it's still the same thing that technically BoonBoomger is doing because, like red, blue, and pink use the same wrist changer, but then we see it a little bit different for orange and black.
Yeah, the axe.
So
I will say,
There's
BoonBoomger
that,
is going to have some high numbers, I think, with how their gimmicks are going to be released.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because if they do because they're going to have vehicles now, because I've noticed this trend of anniversary stuff from like, you know, the Sentai Gear stuff, they could literally have like a red Sentai's vehicle for each season as something that can go on a changer.
And I absolutely talked about this with Eric on Ranger Command. And we talked about saying like it would be like TokuTonic and like how Drive had had their anniversary cards, like have anniversary cards of like Sentai and stuff like that.
yeah, but you know the break on that is if you look at Drive's toy sales, and it wasn't that good. Let me go back.
Oh, okay.
Drive's toy sales were the start of the downward trend because you went from 23.9 to 17.3. So
That
Drive,
still
even
equates to
with
all
the
that they did for Raven,
yes,
so
but that's also Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider just has
Yeah.
been printing more money
No.
than Sentai does.
well, that's the vehicles also. Like I said, like let's face it, dinosaurs and vehicles are always going to be popular.
It's true.
I love dinosaurs. I love Jurassic Park, and I love Fast and the Furious. It works for me. Now they need to combine them. But no, with BoonBoomger, I'm like, yeah, looking at how King-Ohger sales were and like everything else, I'm like, well, it all depends on how they release the stuff and what else they're going to release. Like, are we just going to get random vehicles that can make cool noises that have nothing to do with the show? Are we going to get anniversary vehicles? Are we going to like? I feel like there's more potential here. It's just
Now, what if the
so
vehicles themselves
spaced
don't
out.
have any electronics whatsoever? They're literally just
They have two different kinds. They have two different kinds. That they have the regular DX toys that can also transform and add to the Robo. Then they have the candy toy ones that cannot be added to the Robo but still make noise in the changer. So you have your $12 premium DX one or your $2.35 candy toy version.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, if anyone wants to know the big breakdown of the sales and all the price points, you know, I made a video
But
about
the other
that.
thing is, I mean, we've seen this. We technically saw it with Dom Bros. We saw it with King-Ohger. Definitely saw it with King-Ohger. Front-loaded season. Is BoonBoomger going to be another one where they give us all the gimmicks, all the shit in the first
All
half,
the mechs.
and then in the second half they're like, "Shit, we ain't got anything again."
I hope not. Because
I
it does.
think it's going to be
think-
spaced out.
I think it's just how what's it called? How King-Ohger was with like the less mechs and stuff like that. So that's why we got everything so fast.
Plus, I gotta wait to see the press conference to see the tone of it, to see because that'll kind of dictate how I feel like the toys will go.
I'm really hoping they'll maybe like do several, because like the vehicle seasons tend to do like several like side mechs as well. So it's like
Yeah,
hopefully they will have multiple mechs that they're gonna space out through the whole.
there's
season.
also something they can go back to. They haven't done in ages since Wizard. Yeah, Wizard. Even though it's Bandai and it's Kamen Rider Super Sentai, RC cars.
Oh,
Because I have all the Kamen Rider ones that are RC little motorcycles. This sells itself. Give us Boon Red and his little car as an RC car. Like RC cars are still very popular in Japan to an extent. Like they could do that. There's a lot of options. It's just what do they want to do for toys? And until the toy preview catalogs start to roll out, we only know what's been announced so far, which is a lot of stuff still. They have a lot of stuff coming out the first 2 months the show is airing. For the first 10 episodes, there's something coming out every week.
I mean, looking at toy sales, I mean, you're not wrong about the car-related Sentai's doing that. Because even going back to Car Ranger back in '96, it has 6.4 and then, you know, downward spike right after.
For like
You
5
had
years, almost 6
Gotchard move up to 11.8 where the previous season Geki Ranger, even though it's a superior show, is 7.5, and then Shinkenger, superior show, 11, but not as much as those them cars did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cars sell.
Like I said, they'll go back to dinosaurs and cars whenever they need a little boost in the numbers.
Well, I mean, when you look at the sales numbers of Kyoryuger out here at 14.1, and then TokuTonic followed it at a 12.2, and then we went back to single digits.
And the last time they did above 6 was Real Soldier. So Ray was not hitting this. And I feel like they need a big restructure. Also, for how their toys are released, my DMs are open Bandai.
It could be part of the reason why BoonBoomger so far, at least from what I've been getting, seems like it's skewing younger because, yes, a younger demographic would be more akin to wanting those cars and things like that versus an older crowd if they try catering to that, which is why I can see why on the Kamen Rider front, maybe the older crowd wasn't feeling the cars because they were like, yeah, I'm too old for this shit. Versus the younger kids, they're like, oh, no, I'm all about this. I just wish it wasn't a show I can digest. So BoonBoomger might end up being a more kidified season just to get the appeal of it. Versus King-Ohger that does seem to skew older with the way that it is more serialized in nature, that I think it's harder for younger kids to follow along than the older crowd. I mean,
I like cars. I'm going to buy cars because I like cars. Cars, dinosaurs, and
I like cars as well.
So yeah, just trying to realize from an analytical standpoint and how these companies work. Because a lot of people always want what they want as a viewer, but we always look at the financials because, of course, it goes hand in hand with what makes the show the way that it works, whether or not it prints money for them or not. So yeah, the Boom Boom press conference will definitely give us the vibe of what the show is going to end up going for, whether or not they are going to end up skewing a lot more younger in its approach versus what we had with King-Ohger. So
the question is, will that be good?
I mean, it'll probably be a point where people are just having fun with the show, and then I'm just going to be like old man yelling at Cloud, but hey, I'll be yelling at Cloud anyway when Rebirth comes out, so.
Stop yelling at Cloud. He doesn't deserve it.
He's been for enough.
Has he?
Are we doing a TokuTonic that week if everyone's going to be playing Final Fantasy? Everyone except for Mark, I'm guessing. Mark, you play Final Fantasy when it drops?
I mean, I'll be playing it. I will just finally put it down just to be here.
Yeah.
Because technically we would have to talk about the last episode of King-Ohger.
Yeah, that is the finale.
Yes. Because then BoonBoomger would be what's coming up the following week. So we can't not talk about the last episode of King-Ohger.
No, that's true.
It's the post-mortem stream.
Yeah.
So, so anything else to add to these financials and these sad numbers for the Kings?
Nope.
King-Ohger said Gotchard good.
I'm not shocked. Actually, King-Ohger still did good for how sparse their releases were. I'm still shocked it's above a 5, honestly. Especially last time we looked when it was at 1.0. I'm like, that was a big drop. I was thinking it was probably gonna be at 0.2 for the last time.
I'm thinking what else came out Sentai related that wasn't King-Ohger but would factor into these financials.
The Mecha
Memorial, Memorials with Don Brothers and stuff like that.
Yeah, we did have Memorial Down Bro stuff. We did have 2 Kaisers change from Zen
Jeremy's upgrade.
Yeah.
Because that won't be releasing until
another thing that actually does remind me, another thing that chat mentioned in terms of how they could get toys is, how Kamen Rider, almost every individual Kamen Rider has upgrades. What if Sentai, I don't know, maybe crazy thought, they all got individualized upgrades and it's not just Red and the 6th?
That would be nice.
Usually the way it goes.
But will we ever get that? Probably not.
Need it. I mean, sometimes we get the team power ups, and that's cool because it still gives you more figures for it all. But when you have individualized upgrades, and that means that there's something different for your changer.
And you can also collect the ones you like and not the ones you don't like.
Yeah.
So maybe if we got something like that, then hey. Just spitballing here is ways that Bandai could just like I want to be in one of their boardroom meetings when they're planning all this shit. Like I really want to be the fly in the wall, going like, why don't you all like integrate your writer team with your Sentai team when it comes to correlating toys? Because clearly these guys know what the fuck they're doing, and y'all just out here like they got colors and they got a robot, and that should be enough. So. We'll see if BoonBoomger ends up bucking the trend. But
do we have the Ultraman sales?
The Ultraman sales, I don't know what I was looking at because it was on Japanese.
They are very good though.
I know. From what I heard, Blazar was printing a lot of money for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're gonna be. I think the new method they're going with is gonna keep going.
Sadly,
it's not toyetic.
Yes. They are definitely going to be doing something like this more often, apparently. The problem with that being is you can't have like a show like Blazer multiple times.
Okay.
I don't think.
I mean, you don't know until you try. Well, I guess we'll see the tone for Arc once we get that. Well, actually, we won't know the tone for Arc because everybody thought that Blazar was going to be super serious serial.
Yep. You know what people think about Arc? They're thinking Arc will be a sequel to Nexus again.
Like what they thought Blazar was going to be.
Yes, but they have a slightly better reason for it. You want to know why?
It's an anniversary year?
No. So the name for Nexus's small spoiler, Nexus's final form is Noah. Noah's Arc. Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like reaching to me.
They are. It's an incredible reach, but it's still happening. That's what they think.
Okay. All right. So, look, we got the BoonBoomger press conference happening in less than 24 hours is when it's actually going to be going on. It'll be happening right after Superhero Time airs in Japan. I'll be streaming it on Twitch because that ends up starting an hour before I start my usual live stream for watching B Fighter and Shinkenger. So that'll be an interesting night. But with that being said, I mean, we know a lot about BoonBoomger already going into it. So I'm going to ask the panel, and you in chat can participate in here, 10 questions that are a real possibility we could get answers to during. Well, several of these we definitely will get answers to during this press conference.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not they happen and what your odds are when it comes to this.
Ooh.
So it's 10 questions regarding this. So the first question, because we've seen this going around, and there's still some people looking at these suit actors going like, I don't know, because the whole Rita situation, this could still be a possibility. So outside of Pink, who else on the roster that's been revealed? Don't predict the 6th, because I know there's a lot of predictions going on with the 6th, because it has to be in this press conference. Do you think is played by a female actress?
Black.
Orange. Black.
Yeah.
Lady Cop.
Yeah, Lady Cop.
Oh, that's my favorite cat. No, I'm gonna stick with orange. I feel like
I'm gonna say none. I'm gonna be the one that just says none.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably
right.
We
had to.
The toy mold.
No. Like, outside of Pink, like you can say none if you want to.
Oh,
none. Definitely not.
You look at the toy molds, you can clearly see only Pink is.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna get this wrong anyway. I'm gonna stick with it and say black. Let's go with it.
Okay, so you're gonna stick with black. Mark's gonna say none. Ash, which one were you saying?
No, I said black.
Okay. Okay, so we got 2 betting on black, 2 betting on none.
No one's betting on red, apparently.
No.
Well,
I
that'd be a
think
game changer.
I mean, people would probably lose their collective shit going into it, but I don't think Bandai is going to be in that ballpark anytime soon when it comes to starting off the thing like that. If they do, I believe it's going to be a very sad beginning end for the first female Red. Like episode 1, like you're out of there, like Maji Mother type situation.
Damn.
All right. In regards to Red, do you think they're going to be a younger Red? Like, you think they're going to be like late teens, early 20s, or are we going to go to an older Red for this one?
I'd say older because it's a driving season. They've got to be old enough to drive, so they can't be too young.
Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking 40s, maybe.
This could be a misdirection.
A 40-year-old? What?
What? Here's why you're wrong. That is a vintage car. Now, one of two things: older rider or someone who inherited it. Like, like a passing of the torch.
Exactly.
Like a young kid, that's his dad's car.
Early 30s.
I'm gonna say 20s.
Yeah, 20s for me.
Well, the thing is, it's like, so you can do early 20s to late teens, or you can do late 20s to early 30s.
I'll do late 20s
mid
to early
20s.
30s.
Mid 20s. No. The thing was younger Red or older Red, and the cutoff point is that we're gonna say 25-year-old is going to be in the older Red category versus younger Red category.
24 and a half.
All right, so younger Red.
No, I got to round up 25. 25.
God damn it, Mark! Stop being difficult.
Because
I'm gonna also say older Red on this. I don't think that he's gonna be in his 30s, but I do think that he's gonna be in his late 20s.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just got a feeling. I feel like he's gonna be pretty.
It's definitely not a kid though.
Cloudy, you're also leaning on the older camp.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely.
I think
Ash,
the orange, the construction worker will be the older one.
Pardon, Ash? What?
Well, what camp are you in?
No.
Younger, older?
No, I'm older, but not too old. Like maybe 25ish.
I mean, yeah, that still goes into the older camp, but still,
Okay.
we'll say on that
It is old.
one. Let's see here.
What if it's a team of old people, just one young person?
Oh,
Pink's in their 40s. Everybody's gonna be
Yeah.
like, "Wait, what's going on?"
Old.
It's Red's mom is Pink.
Yeah.
This is a weird dynamic.
The cop is ready. He's like, I'm 1 year away from
retirement.
Old for the shit.
Black's the one that incarcerated Red's dad.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna be like the last Boom Red. His ass is in the slammer.
Now the question is, are you joining him?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the next one is kind of like a bit of a follow-up because the previous 2 seasons, so King-Ohger and Dombrose, had one cast member in their 30s that was part of the main squad. Will we have one this year? And if so, what color?
Yes, and orange.
Yes, and red.
Wait, what was the question again?
If there's going to be someone in their 30s in the main cast, what color?
Oh,
Or
do you think
orange.
that there will be one? And if there is, which color? You could also say none, that none are going to be in their 30s.
You could say none.
orange. I want to say orange.
Okay. Cloudy said red. Ash said yes and orange. I will say yes and oh my god, they won't do black again. I don't think so.
Maybe it'll be black, the new thing for the Black Rangers.
Okay, because I mean, no, because previous was pink and Dombrose. Then we had black in King-Ohger, so I think they might change it up. So I'm gonna say blue.
Blue?
Yes.
Okay.
Blue's got that cool guy, like he just stays there in the background, like, you know. And it's not like we didn't have that. Not Bokanger. Go Busters. Blue was the older in the crowd. I mean, he was not in his 30s, but he was the oldest amongst the main trio before they got the additional 2 members. So I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring for blue this time. See
Okay.
what other people are saying. Black, orange.
No one's saying pink, I've noticed.
No one's saying that. All right, this one's a little bit more open because it's up to interpretation because we don't know the villains yet. What will the bad guys represent?
Oh,
Gas prices.
Soaring gas prices, and they need to be cut in half.
Inflation.
One of the minions are
They're,
going to be
they're,
toll.
they're going to
road
represent
boot, like,
EVs. It's like, look, we're
Yeah.
trying to be environmentally friendly. You all BoonBoomgers out here polluting the world.
the villains are the DMV.
Yep. The Department of Motorized.
I don't know how Japan's DMV is.
Yeah, I don't know if they're
Anything
villainized
better
as
than
like
here.
jokingly villainized as most people around the world.
Yeah, so even though I wrote this down, I still have not even thought of mine, so I'm thinking of what it
I
could
know.
be.
Let me read the plot synopsis again for BoonBoomer, so I've got an idea. 'Cause I
Yeah, that
remember
doesn't say
this.
much.
Hold on, let me go quickly. Let me go to fly
No,
to
it's not
Japan
even
and
finished
ask them some
yet.
questions.
Well, the thing is, since there does seem to be like a racing element to it, I'm thinking that the enemies are also vehicular based, but what if they're motorcycles as opposed to cars?
Maybe.
Yeah.
What would be a ridiculous one? No, I'm just gonna go generic. I'm gonna say alien robots, alien robots.
Alien robots.
Hmm.
But what's their beef with the BoonBoomgers?
They're just invading.
Okay.
Just standard invasion. But that's perfect.
Yes,
Invading robot aliens. Wow, how generic can you be?
exactly. There's no
Honestly.
way I could be wrong.
I want to say bugs.
Again?
Again?
Bugs back to
Remember
back?
bugs hit? No, little tiny ones that hit their windshield. Their
Oh,
headlights. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
you mean how the god King-Ohger treats the regular Bugnarok when they're
Yes.
just walking?
That's what happened during the Fury of the Gods.
mhm.
They were just escaping all the windshields. No, I don't know, actually. I want to say like boats. I don't know why. Like
Boats?
like fish. Like boats. So we have different vehicle faction wars. So we got planes, trains, automobiles, and boats. All just fighting each other.
Bless you.
Oh,
Let's see. But it's like a battle royale.
I like it. I don't buy it.
It's a
but I
real
like it.
Grand Prix. Now it's our Keats, damn.
Okay.
Alright,
So,
yeah,
so,
what's
so are you going to stick with boats?
No.
Boaty
I want to say the
McBoatface.
I want to say it's going to be an evil racing organization called the Driving Grand Prix, or the DGP for short.
The DGP? How unique. Never heard that before.
I know. Dude, I just came with that one off the top of my head.
You better hope they don't copyright that shit.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Is
And then
there,
every driver just writes down what they want as their prize when they win their version of
Jesus
Daytona
Christ, Mark,
500.
genius.
Daytona
Shit.
500.
Dang.
Yeah.
Mark, you
We'll
should be a
have-
showrunner.
Oh yeah, but then the driver, right? He lost his parents. He never met his dad. His mom's somewhere. He doesn't know where she is. She just drove off into the sunset.
it
But he
sounds
always sees a
mid.
statue of her.
I like it.
all right. So what I'm thinking of is we got ourselves a red variant on Signal Man from Car Ranger, and he's upset that the BoonBoomgers have not been following traffic safety because they have been going against the grain.
Oh,
Wow.
I thought it was funny.
that is funny.
Are we talking about Giga Toku right now, or are we just regular?
Will BoonBoomger have a giga last episode?
So Ash, what do you think? What will the bad guys represent?
Oh, I think the bad guys will represent.
Texting and driving.
So, yeah,
Distracted
text-
drivers.
distracted
I mean, that wasn't a
drivers.
thing the previous times. So
Yeah.
I don't even know. This is such a tough question. Like, actually, I was seriously thinking about it without.
What if
jokes
it's
and
like the cars from like the villains from Car Ranger, and they've evolved to like text instead of like being like distractions on the road, they've just turned into like modern day like degenerates driving, like texting and driving and stuff like that.
Oh, like
Lightning McQueen.
bad drivers.
Yeah, like bad drivers in general.
Featuring Haruka from Down Bros.
That's the
Starring
villain. It's Haruka from.
is the main villain.
I feel like the minions are going to be like pit crew or like crash test dummies because everyone forgets about that cartoon and toy line. It was amazing.
So are you
What are the
changing it to
villains in
crash
this
test
game?
dummies?
I don't know, or tires.
Oh,
I don't know.
abuse crash test dummies wanting their revenge.
I feel like they're just gonna be normal ass like villain. Like I don't even know. Like,
Well, that's the whole point. We don't know.
I feel like they're just gonna be aliens. I literally because like it's such a simplistic like looking like suit in the toys that it's like it's not gonna be something extravagant. It's gonna be something very easy and not so complicated. Like oh, alien invasion. Let's get in our cars and stop them.
I mean, it could
Or maybe
always
some
be
girl in a submarine trying to fuck a volcano monster like in Turbo.
that the bad guys use like heavily modified vehicles that aren't street legal, and the BoonBoomgers are like, "I'm sorry, you can't be riding that."
I think it's
Can't use
Decepticons.
It's Decepticons.
Yes. Listen, Transformers merch is
So you want to change it from
downhill.
Evil Racing Organization to Decepticons? Are you sure you want to do that? That's what I currently have for you is Evil Racing Organ. I didn't put your DGP shit on here. I just put Evil Racing Organization.
Fuck, well, why would a cop join in? And a construction worker. Unless it was the village people.
Stop, Mark. Come on, it ain't that deep.
It is that deep.
GOA
The
says
deep Grand Prix.
they're the Stunticons.
No.
To the Stunticons.
I like that. I think it's just gonna be aliens. Just put me down for aliens. I'll take Cloudy's answer. It's
Wait.
just aliens. It's gotta be something.
Hey,
Listen, it's either that.
Well,
or
I guess if
freaking
they're not
Amazon
robots,
Prime
then
Video
Mark
folks.
wins because
but
they're just
that
aliens.
is too generic. Come on.
They're aliens,
It's
but they're
not,
not
it's
robots. So you
not.
put
Yeah.
robot aliens. You went specific.
Yeah.
Okay, what? So if I just change mine to just be like, they're evil. There you go.
You could have just been like Lizardman.
Ah.
Damn, I didn't think of that. Lizard people.
Pick a specific kind of alien, Mark.
Aliens from outer space.
Fuck off.
That's the same shit.
Fuck
What?
off.
What's gonna be the
Is
difference
it?
between an
Is
alien?
it though?
Is it? Do I have to start
Look,
getting into other conversations?
Do we gotta start hitting the wall button over here? So,
I'm gonna hit Mark with the no. Change your answer. Get a new final answer.
I don't have any other specific type of aliens. They're just stupid aliens with tentacles.
Go with Lizardmen.
so alien squids.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put alien squids down for you. There you go. That's more
I
specific.
don't think you guys understand how much research I did for that Giga video that got.
I understand.
On YouTube. You don't understand.
I do.
Every season, every movie.
What if the bad guys is like the roads themselves? They're just pissed that they get like rode on. They got potholes in them. No one's taking care of them.
That would
It's
be
the roads
hilarious.
fighting back. The streets are fighting back.
The streets are taking themselves back.
I thought of that too because I was like traffic cones.
They'll be called the Road Warriors.
Ah man, it's kind of. Then they get brought back as a Legion of Doom.
Oh god.
They don't got the trademark anymore. Come
Almost
LOD
died.
2000.
That idea almost killed me.
All right, so I know that one made y'all think a little bit more. This one's a simple yes or no one. It's something that I don't think we've had in a bit. I mean, we've had some semblance to it, but nothing like legit like it. And I got the idea because obviously BoonBoomger seems like a very classic style show, like more like Showa era, early Heisei.
Mhm.
Will this team have a non-Sentai commander?
Oh.
Meaning they gather up in their home base. There's a guy there that leads the squad, guy or girl that leads the squad, but they're not a Sentai.
Ooh.
Okay, hear me out. If technically the car talks and is like, would that count if I say yes and then the car just like chills and talks?
You think it's like
No,
what
no,
is it, what,
it has to be
619?
their commander, like the one that sends them out on missions and shit. The one that gives them all their briefings and crap.
Yeah.
But it has to be not a ranger.
Not explicitly a ranger. Okay.
I want to say
Will never transform.
I'll say yes. What if several times down the line, though, in some random special, like 5 years later?
No.
Doesn't count?
You will retroactively go back and deduct this win for you.
Seriously? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still going to say no. You can
What if
have
it's
it.
Lightning McQueen.
So you're going to say no, they won't?
No, they won't. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say yes, they will. I mean, I got very Jacka vibes, and I mean, Jacka had a commander. Yeah, they had Joker.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what y'all thinking? Mark, yes or no?
Yes.
Pain.
Okay.
That's all I heard.
Ash, yes or no?
You're muted.
Ash?
Oh, I'm a yes as well. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay. So, okay, we got 3 yeses to 1 no on will this team have a non-Sentai commander?
I hope it's Lightning McQueen. I really do. And I'm like,
All right. So here's where we start getting a little trippy, and I'm going to have to get my counter out for this one.
Oh.
In the press conference itself, how many times will the word boon be said?
Specifically?
Yes.
How long is the press conference? How long is the press conference?
Roughly about 30 minutes usually.
I would like to say 78. Don't know why. It spoke to me, so I'm taking it.
Let's make this interesting. Over under, the closest number in terms of the over under is the actual winner on this. So Cloudy, you said what, 78? Is this over under 78?
I'm gonna say under.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 83.
Is
Over
that
under.
yeah?
Under.
So 83 and under. Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna go under 103.
I'm gonna say over on mine. Actually, 83 over.
Okay.
I feel like it's gonna be in the 90s, but
So because of that, it'll be, well, depending on what Ash picks, it just depends. If it is over 83, how close is it to my 103 to your 83?
Yeah.
Will be the fate.
If we
So, Ash.
if it's 93, we're fucked.
I want to say under 72.
Under man, Cloudy. Scott.
You have
I
a
just got
small window.
railed.
You have a
You
6-point window.
Wow,
Yeah.
I've discovered I've just been railed. Okay, thank you. everyone.
Yeah. The
No,
odds.
you should have asked for
That's the thing that
consent.
sucks about going first. So
Okay, I should have asked for a condom. I'm sorry. Great.
The Garokins for.
yeah. So I would say the possibility would be Ash could take it. Mark and I are duking it out. If it goes over 103, then I still technically would be closest to it. But we'll see.
Man.
Oh, well, that just means I get anything like 82 and under.
Yeah, you would.
Mhm.
Because you said over 83. So yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're between the gaps of 73 to 82. So that you get a 10.
So if it goes over 103, I win then. Because you're 103 under.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it would be Mark's win then.
I hope it's 104.
He's so fucking mad.
I would
Okay. We're down to the last 4. All right. Now, this one's our prediction towards how chat will react. Will the majority of chat thirst for Pink's actress?
No.
Yes.
Well, actually, you have a thirsty chat. Never mind. Yes.
Yeah, but
exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
there's going to be an issue when there's a certain age range that's thrown in there. So
I'm gonna say yes because it's you, Zio. It's your chat.
Yeah. All it takes is one. Meanwhile,
One
Boon
spark,
Pink.
one spark to ignite the fire that is thirst.
Yeah.
You're like, meanwhile, Boon. It's like I'm gonna Boon, and then you start chugging it.
It's like, oh my god, we're booning.
Just booned all over the place.
Yeah.
all right, so everyone's saying yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am. Mark.
Ash.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
What does your inner heart tell you, Zio?
My heart is telling me no,
But
but
your
my body. I'm gonna say no. I'm just gonna say
Telling me
no.
Boon.
he's got to be the outlier.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the outlier in this
They're
one.
not
I'm
gonna
just
have a
gonna say
Booner
no.
for Pink. No Booner for Pink. Okay.
No Booner for Pink.
Dibs. I'm putting that on a shirt.
No booner for Pink. Oh god.
All right, so we know that the Changer's voice is done by Rika Matsumoto, who is also a well-known singer.
Ash.
Did the Ryuki theme
Gotcha.
song and shit like that, part of Jam Project and shit like that. However, we only know that Masaki Endo is singing the intro. Will Rika Matsumoto sing the outro? Yes or no?
No.
No. We haven't had an outro since Kira Major.
Apparently, they confirmed that this one will actually have an ending song.
I don't.
So you knew that ahead of time.
I don't think it'll be her.
I've been bamboozled.
Okay, I
I've been
want to say
booned.
yes. I want to say yes.
Only because she
I'm just
can
gonna say
sing. She can.
She
I'm
can
saying
sing.
yes.
I'm saying
Because I'm like,
yes.
why have her there if she's not going to sing it as well?
I'm saying no only because I'm pretty sure everyone's going to say yes.
Nope.
Okay, so we got 2 no's, 2 yeses.
Do I think there's secret dialogue in the Changer that's Pokemon references? Yes.
I mean, that's not on here because I don't think they would have that in the presser.
It's like, I choose you, Boon Pink. Boon, 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 boon.
Man, a lot of people in the chat going like, no, she's not going to sing this.
Good job, chat.
All right. Here's where we get a little bit more specific. And you just have to tell me one Sentai and one cast member and one Sentai because this is it. Usually during these pressers, they ask if the cast has watched Sentai. And if they did, which one was either their favorite or their first Sentai?
Oh, I see what you mean.
So out of this, I'm going to make it easy. You don't have to predict what the whole cast will say on here. But which cast member, what color, BoonBoomger, and then what is going to be their either favorite or first, what Sentai do you think will correlate with them on there?
Cloudy, what seasons have anniversaries coming up?
We have next year is Geki Ranger, right? For this year?
Well, for this year, it's TokuTonic, Shinkenger, Decker Ranger, Kaku Ranger, and if you want to go back to the 40s, Bioman.
I'm gonna say TokuTonic in green.
I'm gonna say
No, wait. I'm not think there's no green Boon. There's no Boon Green.
there's no Boon Green.
No,
'cause it's the
I
green-
thought you meant I had to pick a ranger from that.
No,
season.
no.
You're gonna pick which
Oh.
one of the cast members, their color,
Here.
and then what Sentai they're gonna
Oh.
pick is their either favorite or first. It doesn't matter as long as they name the season.
Blue and Tokyo.
So you're gonna say Blue and Tokyo. Okay.
Yeah. Blue just looks like they like train boners. And
I'm gonna
they're
say-
like, train booner.
Pink Maji Ranger.
Boon.
So okay. So
What if they like Blade? They won't talk about Kamen Rider.
No, they tried keeping it on brand.
No.
I'm gonna say Red Gotchard.
That's the safest answer ever.
Yeah,
Everyone likes Captain Marvel.
No, it's not when you think of like some of the answers that they've given in the past.
Been a while since we've talked about Marvelous.
I don't think
All right,
anyone's
Ash,
ever talked about.
You guys go to Power Morphica?
Which one of the BoonBoomgers, like which color is gonna say this was either their first or their favorite season? And the potential answer could be none, because if you remember on the King-Ohger press conference, Rita said that they had never seen Sentai when they were a kid because they didn't watch TV.
Yeah.
And that's the person everyone stands. Someone who has never seen Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, or Toku.
They say, "Boo, did it for a paycheck."
So
I don't know, because I'm looking at like the previous cast, like Dabowski's actor, like Die Ranger as a child. They watched Die Ranger growing up, and then you've got freaking like
Yama was a Deca Ranger fan, loved him some Deca Yellow.
Yeah, I'm looking at that on the wiki bio right now, and Abba Ranger, and then like you've got freaking Gearers who liked Abba Ranger and Deca Ranger because that's like was growing up probably when they were kids.
Yep.
It depends. Yeah, like it depends on the age range. I want to say either when it comes to Sentai, it's going to be either like I want to go safe bet Shinkenja for Red Ranger.
Okay.
Shinken Red. All right.
All right. Let me see what some people said on here. A couple of folks out here for Orange saying Ginga Man, Abba Ranger for Orange, blue like Bokanger, black like Lupat. Look, I can imagine not having a TV. Well, I mean, I was homeless when I was a kid, but then when I got TV, I watched Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in black and white. So imagine them calling out their colors and I'm being like, really?
They got colors?
They got colors? Everything's black and white for me. I got to put a piece of tape on the fucking dial just so I can get the reception just right. The struggle was fucking real.
Okay.
All right, let's see. We got one question left. And waiting for Mark to come back. He's off screen. Oh, he forgot he's got his Bluetooth on, so he can probably hear. Will a veteran Toku actor return for this show? You don't have to be specific. It's just simple yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
And it has to be, like, of course, announced in this press conference. Doesn't matter if it happens down the line. I'm saying for this press conference is one of the
they won't
ensemble cast going to be.
Then
Once
no.
again, this is press
Then
conference related.
No. That was like show predictions.
Nah, this is press conference only. So Mark's a no. I'm gonna say yes. Take that gamble. Ash, Cloudy.
I said yeah.
Okay.
Now it's Ash. Ash,
Yep.
yes or no?
Oh fuck! I was muted. Sorry. No. Sorry.
No.
Okay, so 2 yeses, 2 nos.
And that's it, unless you want to add another predictions on here. Because that
Will
is
they
it.
dance to their theme music?
Mm-hmm. Will they have a?
Will I make a YouTube short out of what the presser does to give me like 10,000 plus views?
Will there be an outro theme?
I mean, they kind of already.
No, sorry, an outro dance. You know what I mean? Like the dance along.
If they do an outro, I think they will have a dance. They've been doing that shit since Alba Ranger. Anytime they had an outro, they had somewhat dances on there. Even if it was like minuscule, there was still something there.
Oh, here's a fun one. Will this be a sequel to King-Ohger?
Well, no, absolutely not. I don't think they want to repeat those toy sales. Like, no,
Okay.
no. Will they have a part two? Look, we're trying to predict shit that's going to be said during the press conference. During the press conference. We can't predict if there's a part two. Like, if the press conference suddenly says, yeah, this is going to be a 2-part series.
No.
Oh, okay. I guess this is just the new way that you guys are doing Toku. It's just several different parts. So.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to put in here. I thought 10 question was enough anyway without making it go like
That's
too
pretty good,
crazy.
right?
It's only a 30-minute presser, so I don't expect there to be too much in there.
And if there is, Jesus.
I mean, it's possible, but yeah. All right. So there's our predictions for the BoonBoomger press conference, but I think to close things off, Mark's got some comic shit while enjoying whatever the fuck he's eating, because that was the most surprised look I've ever seen you like. Oh. It's just like you
Cadbury cream egg. I was waiting all year for those to be in stores.
ah,
Soy chocolate candy. I like. I hate caramel too.
well, we have actual Ranger romance. I don't think they're gonna tell us that during the presser. Like, why would you do that?
Nah, they're gonna wait and make that be a surprise so people talk about it.
Like, remember
I'm not
during the
gonna look for
Gotchard
it.
press conference, they had that one specific to the press conference trailer where we saw Spanner passing by Rene, and they purposely like slowed down the shot that made everyone speculate. Little did you know that he was just a creeper, but then it was also the association asked him to spy on her, and that was it. There was no actual tie-in to them.
Yeah.
That was a terrible, terrible thing they did during that press
I
conference.
feel like
Fuck
that was a
y'all
last
for
minute
that shit.
change too, because I don't know. Ash did more content on this. I haven't, but we have Power Rangers: The Return that came out. Amy Jo Johnson, original Pink, wrote a comic, and
Yeah, I know. It came out 2 weeks ago.
was it 2 weeks ago already?
Yes,
Was it good?
it came out on the 7th. It's it's good. I like it.
It's all right.
Is it better than Ranger Academy?
It's better.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't want to. I hate to diminish the work of writers, but that was
I mean, it's ongoing, right? So, I mean,
Ranger
it could get
Academy.
better,
I
right?
don't know. I don't know if it's ongoing. I hope not.
No, no, it's on break. We're getting another Ranger Academy next month. Yay.
Permanent break?
No, he just said
Like a
next
1
month.
month break.
It's back. They're on spring break apparently
Oh,
already.
okay.
They're on
Yeah.
President's Day break for some reason because they're going with the school year.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just trying to milk it because I don't have really any other real stuff. It's like I didn't pick up any of my comics till this week because
Yeah, you know how I sent you that, Mark? You know how I sent you that screenshot of all those comics I ordered?
yeah.
It got sent to the wrong address in a different
What?
state.
How?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't get it. So I know
Wait,
it's
so some lucky bastard has.
Some lucky guy's got like a box of comics
There's
and
a lot of shit.
Spider-Man posters. Yeah.
like, what the fuck is
no,
this
but
shit?
yeah. This wasn't my sex toy that I ordered.
Oh my God.
No, but yeah, I messaged the site, the company, because it's an Australian company, and they're like, yeah, I just sent them saying, hey, I think my stuff got sent to the wrong place, and they said, yeah, we can't do anything till Monday because our online services aren't here till Monday, but we'll look at fixing this up for you, and we're sorry if it caused you any stress or delay to your package. I was like, oh, thank you. But yeah,
I am stressed. It was like, give me
my
extras.
second printing of Ultimate Spider-Man 2's in there.
Oh, jeez.
And now some guy just has it.
Some random
He's
dude.
gonna
So
boom all
what
over.
state is it? Let's everybody go to this state, find this person, and we're just gonna
No.
I don't
this
think
box back.
no, don't do that. Don't do that. I do not
Don't do
condone
that.
that.
No, none of that.
First off, not going to Australia. I've seen the bugs and the creatures that are there. Not
Australia
happening.
will
No,
fight
you
back.
said it went to a different state. It's in the U.S.
No,
Oh.
stayed in Australia.
Oh,
Stay in Australia.
Oh,
You said it's not
oh,
Australia
no,
based.
fuck that. I'm not going there.
Yeah. See,
That's
right,
what I-
exactly. You ever see the crabs?
I'm not fighting
The
bugs. I'll
crabs
leave that to the
crabs?
kings.
Listen,
Like-
all I'm saying is Australia fights back.
I know
Yeah.
those HP bars be massive.
You got those huntsman spiders that hide in cars and just like peek their head out every once in a while? No, thank you. I do not have enough
If you
fire
saw my
creating
if you
items.
saw
in
my
my possession.
Instagram story, you probably saw the big spider that was in my shower the other day.
Yeah. Why didn't you just move?
The house?
Why did I move? Because I had to have a
Okay.
shower before work, so I had to kill the spider
No.
before having a shower.
Do
You
you have
killed that
used
thing?
insurance?
That's a 50-50 chance it would have won.
You killed it?
Yeah, I'm like, you should have nuked that house.
What'd you use?
Did you just pull out a
Spray.
trusty machete or?
You have spray.
No, I had
powerful
to
enough
spray
for
it. I
How
had
big
to-
are y'all
I had to-
spray? Is it like the big
Was
boot
it
from
bear
Billy and
mace?
Mandy? I gotta
Is
pull
it
out the big spray for this one.
Does it like
Big-
does the
big-
spray detonate? Like you just pull a pin and then you throw it in there?
No.
You just spray the
Um,
bullets. Like,
no.
da-da-da-da-da-da. This guy, like, I don't.
No, no.
Like who's bigger, like
Um,
Death Narak or like the bugs you get?
Probably Deathnarak because that's the guy in a suit.
Barely though. Barely. It's close call.
No.
Yeah. Jokes.
Let's see if I can
You
find
got
it. 'Cause I
birds that
sent it
fly
to my
people's
friend Adam.
faces.
Shout out
You
to
got
Adam.
too many things.
Um,
Land, sea, and air is not safe in Australia.
The
Like-
land isn't safe. The sea isn't
How's
safe.
the air not safe?
Those birds that like stalk you and like hit you in the head all the time. You ever see the videos of guys like trying to ride bikes and stuff, and these birds are just dive bombing at their heads?
I've never seen that before in my life.
God, they're crazy.
Okay,
What are
where can I post this for everyone to see? Because it's like on a Facebook link.
Oh,
I
what the
do
fuck
open
is
image
on
as, and then probably put the image link in private.
Mm,
Those
and
things
then
are
so you could
just
probably pull it up for everyone.
open
might be able to.
image as there's open image in new tab. Oh, there it is. Open image in new tab. Okay.
like, no,
I don't know if
that
this will
sounds
show because it's in a Facebook message, but if not, I can send it in.
good. It might because it's just
There's
an
just real quick.
image. There's a direct link to the image, so it might show. Man, there's too much shit,
Uh.
man. You know, you think I ain't trying to freaking. Nah.
Oh no, I can't do it. It's asking me
Yeah.
to log into Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't
okay.
even have a Facebook.
I
Wait, can you like
No, it's okay.
take the image on its own and then like download it? Or not?
Go over to
Can you, like-
Bandai.
Well, I
Bondi.
mean, he,
know what I'll do. I'll post it in. I'll post it in the in real life chat section on Theo's Discord for like 2 seconds, just in case we got like spider phobes in there.
that means I gotta log into Discord. Here we go.
Oh, you know, okay. All right, one step
I'll
at a
do it.
time.
I'll do it.
okay.
I'll do it. I'll log in. Give me a sec. Keep it closed during the stream usually.
That's
gotta
okay.
pull
That's
it up.
okay.
Once it loads, it's gotta go through all that usual Discord nonsensory.
Oh, I have a certain song stuck in my head from Digimon.
Is it the theme
Is it
song?
Braveheart?
No, it's the Japanese. It's the what is it?
Now I need relative
not?
size. I need you to pull out like a
The first,
remote to show
Japanese
this
one.
shit.
Hold on, it is right in my music recommendations because it's the most recent thing I was listening to.
Okay,
Like-
people are saying,
Like
people are saying
if I,
Small Boy.
yeah, I'm just like I need to see like a comparison. Like most people put like a remote next to whatever they're trying to compare the size of.
It was up on the wall. It was hard. It was like up on the wall.
He needed to get rid of it fast, CO. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Oh, what? You got a universal remote? That's better for
Yeah.
scale.
yeah. I got the click remote.
Biggest dreamer. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, biggest stream. Okay.
No, you could just tell by looking at that spider. That thing's like that thing's got at least a
Yeah.
10-foot vertical jump on it.
Yeah, I didn't
I
want.
mean,
that. I
looking
want
at the
that.
bend of those legs, them legs are thick. Those some thick ass
Yeah.
legs.
Dude, that's literally Jeremy's dad.
Yeah,
His
I killed
dad's a
Jeremy's dad.
human. You mean that's Jeremy's
Nah,
mom?
he was. No. See, his dad was going out to get the milk.
I killed Jeremy's relatives.
Oh,
This is the.
I mean,
delivery
Jeremy's
man.
dad
The
probably died because he fucked Jeremy's mom, and you know how spiders work when it
black
comes to
bro,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
But,
like, when
I don't know if it's
it's like when Peter fucked Mary Jane and gave her radioactive cancer.
oh yeah, that's true.
basically.
No such thing as a good end for him. So
I'm just saying that spider, at least half the size of a PS4, and not the slim model either. I think that's like the 80. That's like the 60 terabyte PS3. That thing is huge.
Oh,
I ain't going to Australia. Those things will fucking kill me.
Well,
You'll be
I
fine,
mean,
Mark.
you didn't use the flamethrower, so I think it's still out there.
Yeah.
It'll come back.
That thing is so big, it probably asked me to solve 3 riddles or it would kill me.
It probably has its own zip code from how
You
big
cannot
it is.
use the shower unless you solve my riddles 3.
Answer me these riddles 3, and it's like, nope, I'm good. Can't go to work today. I am moving.
So you show your
Oh, my
boss
stuff
picture,
is
that
good.
is like, oh,
I have no stuff. This is the spider stuff now.
it's the spider's house now.
You go in, he's literally reading one of your big, huge, like Power Rangers hardcover while sitting on the toilet. That's how big that thing is.
I think your package
like-
might have gotten delivered to one of these spiders.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
spider's
happened.
It
probably-
ate it.
We go there, the bust down the walls. It's just a spider's nest. Then we all die.
And all the books are open. Just wait. It wouldn't even take a whole nest. It'd take
It's like that one video I saw of someone like stepping on a spider and then all the baby spiders like rush out. Like,
I hate that video.
Oh fuck that! I've seen that.
Oh, don't.
You're one of
Spiders.
those. You kick open the door, a bunch of spiders just come out. It's just like, what's up?
You don't fuck with spiders. That
You know, people are like,
not
how many
gonna lie.
like first graders can you take in a fight? Like, it's like, how many Australian spiders could you take? None.
None.
No.
Nope. I don't have enough legs for that. Doesn't matter if all you do is leg day,
I don't
you
have-
ain't winning.
I don't have the fortitude
you
to
can
even
win.
try.
You can think you could try.
Like, if I get a whole like Iron Man suit, I'd think about it. But even then, I'm like, what if he gets in the suit? I'm fine. Like, no, I can't. Like, there's no
Ash, are you
situation where I
apparently a
want him.
spider in a human suit?
No,
There's a bunch of
No.
spiders.
not that I know of.
I've never seen Ash and the spider he took a photo of in the same photo before.
Oh, that's true. You should have stuck your hand out there at least to show it.
No way. I would never. How far away were you? How far did you have to zoom in on that camera to take that photo? Because I would have been at least two
That
towns
is-
over.
Fair, like a fair bit because like it was on like the corner of the wall, the roof.
Mark's
I
4
think he
counties
used that,
over.
that digital zoom and not that optical zoom, so we couldn't get that full detail.
I hate spiders, by the way. In case you're wondering, I just like hate spiders so much. Like,
I would have never guessed. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
All you need is a boot. That's true. You got to get the big boot. Like I said, Billy
you
and
gotta
Mandy.
get within range.
big
You
boot.
shows
Getting
up.
within range? No, thank you.
It's
You
got
guys ever
spikes
seen
on it.
Oppenheimer? You guys ever seen
No,
Oppenheimer?
I'm not.
Yes, I have.
No,
It was a
not
great
yet.
Well,
film.
the whole entire premise of that film is he's trying to find out how to kill a spider in his bathroom.
That is not at all what that movie is about. Actually,
Oh, 100%.
that
100%.
that is like 0% of that film.
100%.
There was
That's
no
my villain
spider in
origin
Oppenheimer.
story.
That's how you get a Godzilla-esque monster that's just a giant spider.
Did-
Would
Gotta
you
make
like
it
that?
work.
Okay,
That would be War of the Worlds. Is just essentially that.
So one of my favorite
Alright, this is
Bleed
messed
movies
up.
of all time, Big Ass Spider, was caused because of that.
I'm gonna get in trouble for this, all right? But I'm saying it. You guys are fine. This is not my opinion. This is just something I read. Someone said the best trilogy of films ever was Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor,
Oh,
watching Oppenheimer, and then watching 54 Godzilla. And I was like,
oh,
no. I couldn't unsee it. And they put all the movie boxes next to each other. And they said the ultimate trilogy. And then they said it was, and I was just, I lost it.
Oh
So much. That was the
my
funniest thing I've
God.
ever seen.
Maybe we should.
maybe we shouldn't.
I think we're done for the stream,
Oh,
guys.
guys, I learned the lesson. Maybe we shouldn't. You know, just maybe we should.
You know,
I'm just
sometimes
saying-
you think you should, but then it's like
I'm
this.
just saying.
Oh,
But then again,
Sometimes-
I didn't get flagged for anything when I repeated it in my podcast. So it's fine.
oh no, I don't think we'll
I-
get flagged, but like sometimes self control.
No, sometimes they get something, but like, who comes up with that? And then the messed up thing is like,
Look at chat. You
I
use
tr- I
on
tr-
chat.
I checked it out just to see.
Good lord. Oh lord.
Checks
Wow.
out.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Woo. So guys, we've hit that 3-hour mark, right?
Now
I mean,
almost
we're
there.
20 minutes in. We could talk
getting
into the greater expanded universe of Agent Cody Banks might be better than this.
Well, I was gonna ask what time is the actual press conference because I don't follow that shit at all.
So it would be 8 p.m. my time, so that's 5 p.m. your time.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. Nah. That's like freaking Elimination Chamber being at 1:30 in the morning for me because they have to have a pay-per-view in Australia, and I'm like, really? That's rude.
Just take a power nap. Shit.
Take a power nap.
I can't. I'm too old.
Mark's gonna be calling me for like live coverage to put my phone like.
Right. I'll be like, there's a delay on the feed.
I'm just imagining.
It's just gonna be audio. It's just gonna be audio. Mark's just gonna hear like the mat smacking and like the crowd cheering, and then the intro songs.
I'm just imagining.
I was gonna say the main event's just gonna be a spider wrestling like Hulk Hogan or something because the spiders are so.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, Mark. How much would it take? For how much would someone have to pay you to go to Australia?
Just cover airfare, hotel, and food.
Really? You'd go over there with those spiders? Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
100%, dude. Like they have. What do they?
What
have
if
there?
you got to put them in like?
I want to
the
try kangaroo so
cheapest
bad.
Hotel that you
Kangaroos
know
are
is gonna have
spider hotel.
spiders.
Oh,
It's got to be like the
No.
motel. It's got to be
You
a
would-
motel, not a hotel.
oh God, no. He would say no to that.
Like the motel,
No.
motel, holiday.
Inn.
Then-
How about
Great
that?
giant spiders.
oh no.
Yeah.
Now you're talking, Mersey. Jared's mom. Yeah, there we go.
I don't think she's gonna be down there in Australia.
She'll
No,
kill you
it's.
regardless.
I honestly just want to go try some kangaroo burgers and some other good stuff, and then just like hide from everything that's not a human.
From the one time I've had kangaroo, it's actually not that bad.
I just want to try it. It's on my list of animals. My animal list is like getting short of what animals I still want to eat.
Have you tried? You've tried the classic ones like alligator, right? Steak.
Oh yeah, 100% delicious. Alligator tail. What's the word? Succulent. Delicious.
Snake. Yes. Don't. You'll
100%.
actually.
I
Wait.
actually found out some of my local grocery stores sell alligator like meat, like frozen, just
Oh,
yeah.
there. It's
Alligator nuggets are.
Yep.
I
pretty
was
good.
like, what? Really? I thought this
You can
was
get
strictly Florida, but I guess here in Georgia I can get it.
We used to be able to get it in Connecticut too.
I wish we could go back to the times when it was legal to eat shark. No, it's not.
It's on the list, but I have to eat get it myself.
You
I want to fight one.
you have to take it out of the sea yourself.
All right.
Speaking of, I found a new movie. It was like meth something. I think it was Meth Gator.
Meth gator? No.
Meth Gator. This drug
Alrighty.
animal universe is getting out of hand in its cinema.
Oh God.
It's on Tubi.
Oh, of course.
It would be.
You know what else is probably going to be on Tubi soon? All of Geeks.
Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
I'm surprised we didn't even talk about the Geets official.
I mean, look, we talked about it last week, but then the thing is, right after we
Yeah.
talked about it, it got officially out there,
I know.
and then as soon as they made their announcement, they were like, "Guess what? It's available for streaming right now."
Yeah.
Which we kind of knew they'd do.
Yeah, and it's still dumb. It's still dumb from a marketing standpoint. So
I'm like, I get where you're coming from, but not everyone wants to throw money at like a $100 DVD set
I'm
that they're
not.
selling.
yeah,
Oh,
but
I'm
at
not
the end of the day,
200.
if you shelled out the money to license this thing for distribution.
They
You should
do
be
have
trying to
ads
get-
on Shoutback. I know that everyone has like ad blockers, but they do have like commercials on
Yeah,
Shout
Yeah,
Factory.
but
They
it's
do
not
make
going to
some
make the
from
money
it.
back like they would spending $100. I don't think they're going to get $100 of ad revenue per person watching it. My thing
Probably
is,
not.
I used to be pro. If they release that in the US, I would support it because I want more stuff. This is the first time I'm like, no, don't. Nah, I personally don't think it's worth the price. Not for Geets.
I mean, I could understand releasing like the first 5 episodes. For Geets, yeah, the first 5 episodes would get you hooked. And you're like,
Yeah.
I gotta see more. Well, you want it?
Not the whole thing.
Here you go. You got that Blu-ray. There it is. I mean, that's just smart marketing. You
Yeah.
show them a little bit of
Yeah.
It's like these video games with the way that they're doing demos now, very smart. They give you like the first couple hours of the game. Your save data carries over if you purchase the real game. It's like, here's the beginning of it. You like it? Great. Buy the real game. Continue where you left off. Fantastic. I think it should be the same. you're literally part of the reason why they're killing off physical media. If this is what they're doing, like for Shout Factory, you're killing off physical media when you're like, guess what? It's available all right now digitally. It's like, okay, great. I just watch it digital as opposed to spending money on having this in my possession.
Yet there's so many things that are digital only that I would buy a physical copy of that don't get releases. So it's like you're doing it backwards. Like,
yep.
Like I have a short list of things like that will get push notifications for if a physical anything is announced for it, because there's so many of the Netflix shows that got some seasons released and they stopped. There's certain movies, like all of the Telugu stuff like Solar and freaking RR, those are not getting physical releases in the US because Netflix has exclusive licensing for them. So it's like there's so many things. It's like, so why would you like they could have did like Toei does, first 2 episodes up on YouTube for free, and then a link and an ad right in it for, hey, you want to buy the Blu-ray? Here you go, down below, pre-order.
I mean, to be fair, the way that Toei did it was they had those episodes available, but then there would be nothing for you to buy afterwards.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like TokuTonic could put the first 2 to 3 episodes of Geek
they
up
could,
and be like,
yes.
buy it.
Yeah.
Because now they haven't. They could be like, hey, buy it, pre-order or buy it now. They even put the little commercial because they got Neon's actress and Tom Constantine to do like a whole little announcement for it. And I'm like, that's cool. We haven't gotten that since 01. Now, like, stop giving everyone everything for free.
And I mean, I get it. Some people are broke and stuff like that. They don't want to spend the money on it, and they start getting into like, oh, well, it's capitalism. But hey, you know, if you got to spend money to make money, and if you're just spending money to distribute it out for free, you're not making money, and that's just bad for business.
Yeah. I think it's worse when people have the money and could easily buy it and choose not to. That's worse than someone being like, oh, I can't afford it, because then they'll be like, well, I can't afford it right now, but I do plan on buying it. Whereas the people who have money, they're just like, no, fuck that, I don't want it.
And even then, for like, we had this conversation, I think it was last week, when we were talking about the quality standards when it comes to having something physical media versus streaming. Physical media is going to beat it night and day, especially depending on how your internet connection is going to be. Because if you're streaming it directly from it, then your bit rate, your compression rate, all that stuff is not going to look good. Especially like, okay, I get it. Some of y'all probably are watching this shit on your phone versus like a TV. But when I'm watching stuff on like Pluto TV and stuff like that, I'm playing it on my TV, either 65 or 75. And if my internet starts dropping, I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm just going to turn it off. If it does. No,
I just actually started watching Geeds when I had it on, was it the Toku Shoutsu channel? And I was watching it on my actual TV, and I was like, something seemed off. So then I took, because I have it on my external, and the way my external, I configured everything, I just plugged it right in, pulled up Geeds, watched the 3rd episode, because that's what they had streaming at the time. And I was like, play that. And I was like, even off my hard drive, it looks 10 times better than the streaming version, which means the Blu-ray version is going to look even better than that.
Yep. So yeah, that's what it comes down to. It's like, people knock physical media, but hey, at the end of the day, it's gonna be a better thing than streaming it, especially since not everybody has broadband or fiber. And if you have broadband, like whether or not you have data caps, or if your internet speed is good enough based off of your plan. And I know, once again, some people are still like either mooching off of like roommates or parents or things like that. So there's different quality standards when it comes to it. So if you want the best quality that there is, the Blu-ray's gonna be the best way to go, if they did get the best Blu-ray rip of it. Now, the one thing that I have noticed is TokuTonic did upload the opening of Geats on YouTube. It is available there now, and it's still a credited version. It's not like the creditless version, meaning that Toei did not provide them with the full the unedited versions of anything when it comes to it, like before they start putting in all their superimpositions. Because if you've seen any of the Heisei shows, a lot of the Heisei shows, they have creditless openings because they got provided raw footage.
Yeah. It depends whatever masters they get from Toei.
Yeah.
And for this one, it's literally just the TV releases, so.
Okay. We'll see. The Blu-rays are not till April, so.
Yeah.
there has been a look at the runtime of it, which is why we know that we're not going to get any special features. We're just getting the show. So there's also that standpoint. You're only getting the show. I mean, they're probably going to release the movie separately. So
That'd be cool.
I don't.
It's not going to be cool given the price of admission for just the show itself. So
would they be able to do like the winter movie that's that because Gotchard shows up in it? Does that count as like they would need Gotchard?
They'd have to do the summer film.
No,
but even then, the summer film is kind of subsequential viewing because it does give you the lore that the show fails to explain.
Yeah.
So the summer film, I think, the fact that they didn't include it is a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's why I was like, nothing. Like, this is rough.
Yeah.
But hey, at least it's another season. Like, the good thing is a lot of the other shows have gone on sale. I think RX Common or Black is actually like over 50% off. It's the lowest it's ever been. It's down to like 30 something right now. Nice. And RX is already on sale also. So
yeah,
it's
like, hey, Black RX were a discotheque. They weren't Shout Factory.
I know. Well, I'm just saying in general, like from a Toku standpoint, all of the other seasons are on sale. Because I know a lot of people didn't get Black or RX because of the price on them. And now they're cheaper. Obviously, V3 cannot be found. But like also, I think Kuga and 01 are like
Kuga and Ricky.
Look, I
right
didn't get Black RX, but I do have Black. And looking at that Blu-ray release versus the ones that like Shout Factory is released, night and day difference.
The cover art alone is so much better how they handle it. I don't know
but
what
even
that
then,
font is. That's Kamen Rider or whatever.
Even though this is something from standard definition era, the way that it looks on my TV, the way they mastered it, just looks so much better than the efforts that we got from Shout Factory. If
you ever can find it or care, the DVD for V3 with all the special features, everything else included, I was like, wow, this is how you compile a season with all those extras and how you what's the word? I'm trying to think what the word is for it, but like just curate a good set of what to release with something. Super Eye does the same thing, really good. It's just like you got to make it worth the money.
And Toei are cheap.
Yeah,
they're cheap. So, all right. So, anything else to add, guys?
No, that I can think of.
No.
Great, because we're close to the 3-hour mark, but otherwise we did cover all of our topics and then some. So hey, that's how things go. All right, so Cloudy, what you got to promote?
So my channel, Tokusatsu Forecast, I actually made a video that I worked a while with. I had help from Sai on making the structuring and all that stuff. So I put a lot of time into it. It's basically why you shouldn't fault writers for a show having like a bad ending or like the narrative being disjointed and stuff like that.
How'd your hand feel after you were done doing that?
Oh, actually, that was the funny thing. I was sick and I actually wound up bruising my shoulder because I fell. But
I think your video instantly lost its value because of that.
But no,
don't take my word for it. Take my hands.
But it's basically don't be so critical on like the head writer, because obviously we know the head writer gets a lot of shit on the show because they're the head writer. We expect everything to go through them, but there's a lot more to it than that, and that's what I would like to expand upon with this video. So I hope you guys give it a chance. It should be up by tomorrow. I had to take it down because of some copyright claims. So
well, hopefully the audio edit that I made for you works.
Yes. So
what was the name of the channel again?
Tokusatsu Forecast.
Also, how about that thumbnail though?
Oh yes, and Zio also helped me with the thumbnail. Lukeman also helped me with the thumbnail. It turned out really well. So look forward.
Yes, I was like, it's not Toku enough. Here you go.
that was good.
All right, Mark, what you got going on?
Honestly, not much. Busy work week, and then my wife's birthday's coming up, so I'm doing a vacation. So I do have some candy toy stuff I want to work on, possibly some comic book stuff. I might, if I do have to do a video, I'm gonna have to re-film and edit my Giga video from scratch because my 47-minute video got claimed and blocked. Yeah, I know, right? Talk about
Also,
Giga.
Claudia, if you can get a link to your channel, chat's asking him for it. If you can post it up.
Okay, I got you. I'll put a link in there.
Then I got some Massiverse stuff. I did the Massiverse card game. They sent me the most recent trade that's coming out the end of the month, which is Volume 6 for Radiant Black. And then I'm going to do some more horror stuff because I finally found another Toonie Terror for Wednesday Adams.
Nice.
Yeah, it's in a different box, so it threw me off. Which is why when I was in VC, I got that like text was like, she's showing me toys. That's one of them. Yeah, but nothing really going on. This is my slow month because my birthday, taxes, wife's birthday, stuff like that.
Busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And Ash, what you got going on?
Samia, not a lot. Nothing. We're in a kind of a drought because there's a break in between comics. But I'd say keep an ear out for Ranger Command Power Hour. Because I did a recording with Eric over there on Sunday where we talked about Power Rangers and the comics and stuff like that. And it was a fun discussion. It was a fun hour discussion talking about the comics. So check out Ranger Command whenever you can, because my episode will be dropping eventually.
Ooh.
Why don't you throw in like here's an idea. Here's a suggestion. What if other Toku shows got introduced into Power Rangers or got adapted into Power Rangers?
Well, so like Giga getting the Power Rangers treatment.
No. So like within the Power Rangers universe, like how you had, I guess, for Ninja Steel, they had Jiraiya, right? From Metal Heroes.
Oh no, I get you.
Yeah. So,
No, I
so
get
if
you, yeah.
other Toku heroes got introduced into Power Rangers, how would they get introduced, and what seasons would they fit into?
Oh.
No, that's a good one.
Because of
Could've
course
done that with
afterwards,
Gotchard.
you had Gavan get introduced, and then that tied into
East Wolf,
Deca
yeah.
Ranger technically because they had that special a few years back.
Hmm.
But then SPD has been just popping up here and there. But if it were to work now, how they could make it work?
Maybe we'll see.
Just until Power Rangers does something live action in like 5 years,
2 years,
So-
2 or 3 years.
you
Yeah,
gotta
2 or
start.
3 years.
You gotta start thinking of the content you gotta throw in there just to keep.
No,
things
I've got
alive.
ideas. It's just I want to make, because someone said you should do what the fan club is doing and just put out a video about a ranger every day. I was like, yeah, but quality over quantity.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess it just depends on how in depth you want to be with it. But hey, if you need
Yeah,
anything,
that's fair.
Kamen Rider, other Toku, I'm sure any of us are free to help you out with anything. So just
I
let
got
us
a
know.
giga
Absolutely.
folder for you if
Absolutely.
you want to make some videos.
Also,
I
go sorry. Go on.
what was that, Cloudy? You cut out.
No, nothing. Go.
Yeah,
Okay. No.
So,
No, don't worry. I didn't want to finish. I didn't want to cut you off.
Okay, no. That's okay. That's okay.
Oh,
I'm all
okay.
good now.
Okay, I was just saying, Zio, what are you promoting? The master of never having anything ever to promote.
the D. Gotta get that D out.
It unironically did make you a lot. It did give you like a decent boost in subs.
Look, I wasn't expecting to get numbers from a fucking toy review because I normally don't. I haven't done toy reviews in like over a year, and now I did one, and it was like, hey, there you go.
Yeah.
And like I said in the beginning, when I was filming it, I was definitely in it. I was in there with the DSLR. I was like, yes, let me get in there. Let me do these nice like manual zooms. It's not digital. You can tell the quality's there because it's manual zoom. Optical versus digital any day of the week. It's just how lenses work. But yeah, that was that. Of course, later on, I'll end up working on Gotchard reviews. Once I see the next episode, then I'll do a 3-fer as opposed to a 5-er because They definitely have been packing a lot more of the details when it comes to these episodes. So I don't think I want to like die trying to recap 5 episodes of Gotchard again, because now they're getting very beefy when it comes to the content. So that's how it is. But next week, obviously, we'll be going over our predictions for the BoonBoomger press conference versus what actually happened in the BoonBoomger press conference, along with any other news that might get announced during that week. I don't know. I heard, well, it's not
More Blade stuff.
It's not related to that, but I mean, I heard that the Nintendo Direct got pushed back because they thought that Microsoft was doing big shit. So they were like, we'll hold back.
Did Microsoft announce anything with that press conference, or should we just talk about that off screen because we're going on another tangent? No, okay.
Yeah.
Apparently, another thing that I heard is that the Switch 2 got delayed to 2025 on the back end. That was another thing that dropped from insiders. So I'm like, no, making mistakes. I'm pulling out all my stocks now.
But your wallet is safe for now.
Stonks, though, Zio. You don't have to worry about it.
I'll just reinvest it into Joanne Fabrics because that's where I've got all my money in. If Joanne does good, I am raking in dough.
Oh.
Hey, look, it's just the way it goes. Anyway, we're out. We'll catch you all next week. Until then, bye.
Bye.
いいよ日本一